Peace, 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 peace. You are here again. You are another edition of the Black Bottom Roscast. Let's get it.
Here we go, put this miserable song on repeat, 'cause you seem to forget how much you are hurting me. Do what's right, you say you will, but then you don't. You just don't. You don't care, 'cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't wanna talk to me? You should know your time is up, I'm out, I'm done. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. Yeah, yeah. So you thought I would let this live. No, that's right, your words don't mean a thing to me. Sleepless night, your love has left us incomplete. Thinking that your promises will fit so loud. No, that's right. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. 'Cause I don't. So you thought I would let this live, thought you knew me so much better. Oh no.
Let's get ready to rock.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah, lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good night.
Yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Hit the lights on the feet.
Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Come on in. Come on in. We are here tonight. Let's go.
It's not a problem. No. 'Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. And nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Yeah. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies. Before it flies. So tell you good night. 'Cause I'll find a better one. Susceptible now. Before the moment flies.
Yo. What's good? What's good?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? What you think it is? I want the LD, baby. And then I want to be LD. That's all right with you?
You know me. It's my duty to please that duty.
Yo, what is good? What is good? What is good tonight? Shout out to everybody that is tuning in tonight. Shout out Dr. J. Appreciate that beautiful and eloquent soliloquy of an intro. Shout out to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and blessings to everybody. I know I pushed the date to today. It was some other things going on, and I just had to, let things marinate. Peace and blessings to everybody on this short week. This is the holiday week. It is the 4th of July weekend. The others holiday. When they got their little piece and stuff. And peace and blessings, brother. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I don't know if you've been looking at some of the replay videos, but if you have, God bless you. If not, we here tonight when we politicking and we are fellowshipping. Peace and blessings to everybody that is out here. You are very much so welcome, Dr. J. And shout out to my other moderator, Miss Getting and Keeping the Ring with Tiffany Hall Lee. Shout out to you. My A1 day ones from day one when I was struggle streaming because I'm still broke. I'm broke.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
But it's all good. We still here. We still doing well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope everyone is having a positive week. I hope everybody is doing well. And I hope everyone is striving to be the best version of yourself. Shout out. Been doing a lot of watching that's been going on out here these days. Been doing a lot of reviewing of a lot of different content from all different walks of life, from all different circles, from all different concepts. Tonight's about to be a smoke show. I have not done a smoke show in quite some time. Matter of fact, I think it's been a little bit over a year since I did my last smoke show. You can go back in the archives and see that. It was probably in rare form. Hey man, I appreciate you. I don't know if it costs that much, but it's something. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Wife gave it to me. It was a great gift. I like it. Yeah, like I said, for y'all that don't know what a smoke show is, there are many different levels to a smoke show. A smoke show could be whereas I'm doing rants continuously to the higher heavens and the hells and the quasimals and the eons and the former white people and on four of them. Like my man Simple the P used to say, on four of them. Got your ass beat on four of them. Smack the damn hole on four of them. Hit my damn toe on four of them. Smack that bitch on four of them. Got $10 on four of them. Had my hole on four of them. On the block on them. On four of them. On four twin. Yo, let's get it tonight. Let's get it. Niggas always be talking about four of them. Why not five of them? On five of them, on five of them, on five of them, on five on Swin and 10 and whatever. All right, I ain't about to go there. I ain't about to go there yet. But yeah, but for those that don't know what a smoke show is, that's when we might be doing some reactions on some things that could be triggering. Trigger warning. And warning to all those, everything that we do on here is in fair use within the guidelines of YouTube and the higher ups. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know on four of them. Sing a damn song on four of them. Hit the damn block on four of them. Bust them corners on four of them. But like I said, smoke shows when we're going to be doing some triggering reactions. There might be some things that I might say tonight that might hurt some people's feelings, and I really don't care. If you have any questions or comments or things that you might want to get across and get off your chest, this is the time to do it. If you have any critiques that you might have for me, this is the time to do it. You might get a good response. You might get backslapped. I don't know. But no, I'm not going to promote violence. We're not doing that. I'm just kidding.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
But we will do it intelligently, precisely, and adultly. Yeah, I said it, adultly. Yup. We can do everything that we want to do on here. It's an open floor for this smoke show, but do not be coming into my comments.
It's time for the percolator. 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 It's time for the percolator.
Don't be coming into my comment, with y'all booty shorts on. backing that thing up, like Juvenile and them did, what I'm saying? Well, not Juvenile and them did it, what they had them females doing. Don't be coming up in here like 2002, with your booty back shorts on and coming into the comment section.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Percolator.
You are not being attacked. I keep telling y'all, man. Everything ain't directed. If it's not directed, then it must be respected. Come on now, let's go. Also, video lines is open. For those that don't know, I do have access to, if you want to partake in fellowship in this video live and not direct, you are more than welcome to do so. All you have to do is comment in the chat room, say that you do in fact want to be on the live in real time. All I ask is that you keep it respectful and show your face on the camera. We don't need no bots. We don't need nobody coming up in here with black screen. All right. Well, you don't have to. Like I said, it's totally up to those that want to, as we get a hold and we get along in the stream, So if you feel that you don't want to, you don't have to. That's just an open thing. Also, Cash App is open. All donations is muchly appreciated. You do see the handle on the bottom that's scrolling across. Any dollars is better than no dollars. A whole bunch of ones beats a whole bunch of nuns. $20 or more Cash App, you become this stream sponsor. The last sponsor that we did in fact have, and she's still up. That was the last sponsor that was on one of our live streams here not too long ago. And all I'm asking is to help out as much as you can to help the channel grow, so I can invest more in the things that I need to have to make this experience here at the Black Bottom, worth something. I don't want to be struggle streaming. I'm still kind of struggle streaming, but I'm not struggle streaming like I once was. We getting it better. We getting it good. So yes, sir. That's the handle right there for the Cash App. A whole bunch of ones beats a whole bunch of nuns. And like I said, it is scrolling across the banner on below me. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the champ is still there. You still holding it down as the show sponsor, and it always carries on to the next show until someone else knocks them off. So until someone else can knock off, I believe it was $26. Until someone can knock off $26 or more, then you will become this here show sponsor and live stream sponsor. So, with that being said, we're gonna get everything started. Before I go any further, this here live is sponsored by some water, some Duff, some tea. Like my man Big Mike always say, get you some juice. And the word of the game. Like I said, y'all see the title. Today was Bishop, and I'm being real honest and courteous with that. This is some straight bullshit about what's going on with this whole Diddy trial. And I've been watching it. I haven't been really reacting to it as much. I've just been kind of just letting the things go because it went about 6 weeks, so a little bit over a month. And since we're approaching the holiday weekend, I'm assuming once the defense rests and they did their closings, that they want to try to wrap up this trial as soon as possible, because 6 weeks on jury duty, yeah, I think that is a little extreme. Shout out to all the moderators. And if you're in here, hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in. Don't cost you a dime. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I am trying to build this channel some more. I'm stuck on a certain number and we need to get bigger. So like, share, and subscribe. You know, that always helps. But yeah, but this whole trial and the verdict that came about, I'm a little mixed about it. I'm a little mixed because of what they did find him guilty on, opposed to what they didn't find him guilty on. But we'll get to that a little later. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that's going on in these YouTube streets that we are going to react to, and we're gonna give our smoke about it. And here not too long ago, I'm quite sure a lot of y'all heard about the fiasco that happened on the Carnival Cruise. And I remember the last time I went to a Carnival Cruise was back in '93. Yeah, I know, it was a long time ago. I'm old. But it was a great experience. I was out there for roughly, it was like a 5-day cruise. We drove from Illinois to Atlanta, and then we chilled in Atlanta for like a day or two, and then we drove from Atlanta to Miami so we can park and board our boats. I would never, ever drive to Miami ever again. Ever, never. You said never. Yeah, you said never say never. Look, nigga, I said never twice. I ain't never driving that shit no more. First off, we waited till the evening to leave Atlanta to go. Second off, you know, we was young, you know, me and some of my buddies, we was like in our early 20s, so we parlaying all the way down there. Hell yeah, so it's over 12 hours just from Atlanta to Miami. So imagine trying to drive from here all the way out there. That's 24 hours. Hell the fuck no. No. Now, I'll never forget it because I didn't want to drive first. It was me, my boy Shannon, my guy Tony. We was all driving out there because we was all like in a big group. So we all had the little group rate thing going on. And back in them days, I think it was like all of us like put up like $500. We talking like $1993. So yeah, that was a nice little amount of change at that time. You know, they didn't got a little cheaper with it down from what I'm hearing, goddamn bastards. But yeah, we drove out there. We sitting back, you know, doing what youngsters doing, getting our tip on, you know, getting our sip on, getting our smoke on. My dumb ass decides to drive the midnight shift. So I was the last one to drive. From the point that we parked and got regassed up to get back on the road to finish off the last haul, I think at that time, we might have drove about 6.5, 7 hours. I drove all the way in. That was the worst shit that I ever experienced. There is a part in Florida on the highway that's one lane going this way, another lane going the other way for miles with no street lights. And guess what? You in the middle of the motherfucking Everglades. There were no guardrails on this road for miles. Man, look, that shit was crazy. I literally was riding on the coattail of one of our other buddies that was driving, staying on their bumper because everyone else passed out. Everyone else in the back seat and on the passenger side knocked the fuck out. I'm sitting here. It's like maybe at this time, like 1, 2 in the goddamn morning. It's just this long ass lane. It ain't no light. Only light is from us. And if we made the wrong move and swerved to the right too far, you was falling in that water. And I ain't trying to be alligator food. And then I had to like open up the window, get some air. I start hallucinating. You know, I'm starting to see shit floating across the goddamn highway. I'm putting cold water on my face. I am trying my best to stay up. But by the grace of God, yeah, I made it. And we probably got, when we finally did get to where we needed to get at, in Miami, it was about maybe like 6:30 in the morning, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't thinking. I was young and stupid and thinking, oh, ain't no problem. We didn't drove during that time, in them days, we used to drive out of town all the damn time. But shit, that in particular situation, see, I wasn't used to driving in no swamp fucking land, with no street lights and one goddamn highway road, and you're the road. The other side is the other way. It wasn't like nothing to block nothing off. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't nothing to block nothing off. Like if you veered off to the left, you in the other lane, man, that shit is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Well, back in them days, like I said, I was young, so I had that energy. But man, got there about like 6:30 that morning, and carried on with the rest of the trip, and it was a great experience. We left Miami, went to Nassau. We spent like about a day or so on the water. Got to Nassau, stayed in Nassau for roughly like that one day, because that was like the first stop before you get to no, I mean Freeport. I take that back. We stopped off first at Freeport. That's the island before Nassau, Bahamas. So we stayed out there for like majority of the day. Got back on the boat, traveled back on the boat to get to Nassau. And that was another day in the middle of the ocean, before we got there. And then once we got there, the rest of the way, we was in the Bahamas. Great experience. Many different stories that I could tell, but I'm not going to tell tonight because, like I said, this is a smoke show. But just keep this let it be known, it was a great experience, and I would never take it back. Um, Wish I went back before then. I have not been back since, but I do plan on real soon starting to get into getting out of here, taking some trips, seeing other things other than the Midwest and all that. Sometimes you just got to treat yourself and just get out and see other things and see other um, areas and cultures and people and stuff like that. That really helps keep you grounded. Believe it or not, being able to get out and see other cultures and other places that you're not familiar with, or just no one knows you. You can go certain places and, walk around and just be at peace. It's a great experience. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, I mean, since you've never been, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been, but that'll be a real good experience for her. So, we'll definitely work that out. But just in general, just to be able to just to get out and travel. I already said that, one of my main things, that I really want to do, I want to like get a camper and like drive to like Montana, like uh Colorado, shit like that, see like the land, go to a couple of shit kicker bars and shit like that, just to, wear my cowboy hat and, you know, and my boots on and shit like that. And yeah, I'm quite sure a lot of ladies gonna be talking about where them fans at, but that's on y'all. You know, you ain't got no fan over here. But yeah, man, it's a good experience just to get out there, travel, see different things. You come back with a different mindset. You come back refreshed, and you come back ready to tackle everything that you're trying to accomplish when you get back. And that's what I used to do a lot. I got to get back to doing that. But yeah, here we go. We are going to get on with this show. and it's a lot to impact tonight. So we definitely about to get in it and get it in. My man Charles Forte used to be Charles in Charge. He gonna start this off with what we talking about. So let's go. Let's get it.
Y'all turn around days later make a carnival video back cruise line for new rebrand and new things they got going on. Now y'all complaining about that. 100,000 point something black is complaining because I know it ain't nobody else. Black is complaining about Carnival want y'all to have some decorum now on their goddamn cruise.
What's going on, guys? The content I have for you today revolves around the conversation that has been trending and going viral on social media a lot lately about the chaos.
Hey, let me ask if the volume is really overly loud. Let me know. If it's really loud, let me know if the volume was really loud. Put a 1 in the chat because I'm just trying to adjust some volumes and shit here. So if it was too loud, put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 0. All right.
Chaos on Carnival Cruise. And, as I was looking into this topic, I found that cruise lines have been making tremendous efforts to get people back aboard their ships. And it seems that Carnival had decided to go the route of marketing themselves as the budget-friendly, family affordable cruise line of the seas.
And see, and I wish they did that bullshit when I was younger. Oh, it's loud. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. All right, cut it down a little bit. I wish it was like that when I was going and shit. Hell, I paid $500, 1993. Shit, I was what, 22? Shit, that's a nice amount of money right there. But I was blessed to be able to go, so that was that. But okay, let's go.
And since Carnival has decided to go that route, you already know what kind of crowd is going to attract. And so basically, because they have decided to lower their fares and make it so cheap, they've opened themselves up to a different element of clientele who perhaps would have not been able to afford to go on a cruise before.
24 people are now banned from sailing with Carnival Cruise Line after getting into a fight. The video from Saturday appears to show a group of people, you see them here, shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and has been turned over to law enforcement.
And so Carnival Cruise Line has earned the tag of Ratchet Cruise Line of the Seas. And listen, when you price your tickets that low, you're not only attracting those who are looking for budget-friendly, family affordable cruises for travelers, but also people who wouldn't really be going anywhere because they couldn't afford it, but also didn't really need to be going anywhere because they don't know how to act. You're inviting chaos and dysfunction. And when you go on a cheap cruise, you increase the chances that you're going to run into some cheap behavior. And the truth is, the Black community has always known this element has existed within it. When you
and what's fucked up right now about this the shit I always keep talking about, that it seems like we can't go no goddamn where without these goddamn ignorant people, Black people, niggers, Black folk, Negrosos, ignorant bastards, people that ain't got no home training, that don't know how to goddamn go somewhere, enjoy themselves, and take their punk ass home. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit is fucked up. And now, from what I'm hearing, they on the carnivals, they actually are stopping playing rap music on the plane, on the boats, which I don't give a fuck. because the newer music that's out right now, as far as rap, is trash anyway. Now, unless they was going all old school and doing shit like that, then that's cool. But I have no qualms about them not wanting to play that shit. You want to listen to some other shit, and that's what you're gonna be listening to. But as far as that, like at the parties that they be having on the actual ships, they're not gonna be playing that no more. So thank y'all for fucking that up, being the people and the fine folks that you are.
You get too many black people together of a certain mentality and mindset, they don't know how to behave. And they ruin it for everybody, as they say. And so you can make up all the excuses you want, but ultimately it's chosen behavior. And even though this is just being highlighted on social media recently, this is nothing new when it comes to conversations that are taking place. And so listen, this whole thing is not about being racist or trying to blame black people. This is about a certain group of people within the culture that ruin everything that they touch by bringing that same ratchet behavior that's been normalized within their home and amongst their peers and exposing it to the general public.
Exactly. See, it's the shit like this that makes it hard for black people to go places and enjoy things and experience certain shit. Now, where is this kind of behavior coming from? What kind of situations make our people act the goddamn fool like they ain't got no fucking home training to do this shit in situations and establishments like this? First off, is how you was raised. Because if you was raised with any kind of structure, any kind of sense, and stuff like that, what's going on? What's going on? Long time. Truth Finder Jackson. Haven't seen your face in the place in a while. Yay, we are definitely moving up in the world in the streaming society. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's how you've been brought up. It's how you've been how you was raised. You supposed to be taught when you go places, act like you got some sense. You know what I'm saying? You just got an opinion. Wow. Okay. Wow. I don't know what to say about that, but congratulations. I hope it was don't go back. you know, hope whatever you did, you did what you had to do, and yeah, just don't go back no more. But yeah, but I'm not gonna get into that. But hey, welcome back, welcome back.
You dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Oh wow, yeah. See, that's the thing that people got to be really in tune of. See, this scamming shit, it ain't a lot of people's ministry, and them peoples they wisen up to a lot of the schemes that go on with that scamming, man. But I'm sorry that you got caught up in it. Hope and yeah, it's just not a way. One of my sons is kind of doing some things that he doesn't need to be doing, and I told him, you know, don't get caught up, because when you get caught up in that kind of shit, it can be a bad situation. So, yeah, there's other ways of getting money out here, and scamming is definitely not one. But anyway, but like I was saying, as far as this whole, carnival, black folk not knowing how to fucking act and shit like that, this starts from home. You're supposed to be taught to have some kind of decorum about yourself. You're supposed to be taught to know how to act when you're around other people. You are supposed to be taught Stay in your goddamn lane, man. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the experience and take your punk ass home. Now, in this situation, this happened, I believe it was in Texas because it's a port that's out there in Texas now. See, back when my day, we had to go to Miami, and maybe it was another port somewhere else, but the main port back when I went was Miami. So we had to go all the way there, in Miami, they don't play. You know what I'm saying? They do not play. I'm just saying. It's crazy, and they be on it in Miami. So don't be going over there. Don't be going over there acting a damn fool, twerking in their areas and shit. They twerk your ass up out of there. But yeah, man, the shit is starting to become a problem. This here black fatigue that's been spread around, the internet streets. It's a real thing. I'm very fatigued of a lot of our black people. A lot of these niggas. Hey, Cabbage Patch, that's totally different, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get this on. And this just happened in June. So this was just last month, beginning of last month when this shit happened. I think it was like another incident too, but it's starting to become a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like motherfuckers can't take you nowhere. No, you can't. You can't take black folk nowhere. These ain't even black folk. These niggas. These Pookies and Pookishas, Ray Rays, Junebug, Skillet, June, Pugnug, Pluggy, Stinky, Booger, whatever the fuck you want to call them, man. These motherfuckers ain't black folk. These are niggas.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by bringing that same ratchet behavior from home and exposing the general public to it. And listen, they're going to be black people who they see that, and they're still going to try to find some way to condone it.
So I keep seeing in my comments about Carnival being EBT of the seas, and it's like, it's kind of giving off shady, because I've been on both cruise lines, or multiple cruise lines, or I should say, and I have a different type of time.
Is that okay? And is that supposed to be a flex? See, right now, I already see the niggerliptics of this fucking situation that's about to happen right now. I already see where this woman about to take it. I've been on several trips and many different cruise lines. Okay, and yes, we're supposed to feel what are we supposed to, like, pat you on the back or something? All right, you spent some money to take a trip on a cruise boat. Great. It's not a flex. You know what I'm saying? But see, when people are not used to doing shit, and anytime they get to do something, it's like a grand affair. It's look, the experience is great. Going to another country is definitely the bomb. But trying to brag and boast about it, I mean, that just shows that you're not used to going places or doing shit. So, whatever with that. But yeah, let's see what she had to say.
Time, or a great time on all of them. And when you say Carnival is EBT of the seas, it seems like you just don't want to cruise with a certain demographic of people, because the service.
No, I don't want to fucking go on cruises with some of you motherfuckers. If I see a gang of bitches like you with this blonde ass hair and, popping your gum and loud and all this other shit, I'm going to turn the other way too. If I see a bunch of niggas on the cruise line with their pants down to their goddamn knees and shit, with a belt, that's some weird shit. You know, some of you cats, y'all sag y'all pants so goddamn low off y'all ass, like past your ass, and then you got a nerve to have a belt on with it. Like, what was the point of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. So no, there are certain people, no, and you can call me what you want. You can call me what you think, but just don't call me late for dinner. No, I do not want to be on certain places in boats with some of you niggas because y'all don't know how to act. And she looked like one that'll turn up too.
This on Carnival is great. The food was better than Disney. The entertainment is great. If you go on a newer, bigger ship, it is beautiful. So it's giving some type of underlining tone. I know that Carnival is known as the party ship. It's the fun ship. You have a great time. The club, have a little 1-2. But it's a great ship. And if you can't cruise with all nationalities of people, maybe that's why Carnival isn't for you.
And so, yeah, there will always be people like that who want to act like they don't know what the problem is, try to hint as if there's something racist going on. But there's also those who know exactly what this is, and they're tired of it too.
Oh no, Carnival Cruise don't like black people. That's what I got. Oh, that's what I got from Carnival Cruise. They don't like black people. No, Carnival Cruise don't like niggas. Niggas. Because that's what y'all act like on them people boat. Niggas. Black people, white people, Hispanic people, we all tired of y'all ass. We there to relax, have a good time, get a little jiggy. Y'all get drunk as shit, throwing up on the fucking deck, fighting, arguing, fucking shit up. You know what I mean? Giving the people hard fucking times. You know what I mean? We there to relax. And when we get there, all we hear is a bunch of niggas loud.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I was like 21, 22 when I went on the cruise, but we were a different breed coming up back in the 90s. You know, we knew how to have a good time. Of course, people knew we were young, but we wasn't acting a goddamn fool. We was enjoying the moment and doing what 20-something-year-old people at that time back in the 90s would do, and that's party. And we party and party and party and party. And did I say party? We partied great. Every day, all day, every day, all day. It was a great experience.
Wow. We are there to have a good time. That's why I go on cruises that don't have a lot of things, like the Disney cruise, all that other shit. So I'm glad that they changing their policy.
Exactly. People go on vacation to escape their reality, get some much needed R&R. And those people aren't trying to have to deal with people who are emotionally unstable, make reckless, impulsive decisions, and show no respect for where they are or the people around them. And listen, when you got to get law enforcement involved to basically start dedicating its own department to this kind of behavior, that shows how toxic the culture really is.
The pandemic, cruise
Yo, what's good? Check, check, check. What's happening? I think we had like a small technical issue. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I don't know what's going on, or if I'm still. All right. We back up. Sorry for that, y'all. We had a small technical difficulty as far as with shit. I keep telling you, we struggle streaming. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. We are back and running now. So that's the good thing. And yeah, we can get back to the show. And yeah, we kind of need to pick off back where we left off at. We've talked about the Carnival Cruise Lines and all that. Like I said, sorry about the hiccup in the road. Come on in. We are back. And yeah, let's go on back over here to what we was just talking about as far as with the carnivals. And yeah, let's just go back to it.
Happens that's illegal, you're gonna meet the FBI at your port when you get back.
Senior Supervisory Resident Agent Don Gay leads the FBI's Texas City office, now with a dedicated special agent focused on cruise crimes.
Most often we see an overindulgence of alcohol on the ships.
He estimates that's a factor 80% of the time, leading to federal criminal investigations most often for sexual assault and assaults that cause serious injury. The FBI also looks into suspicious deaths on board, missing persons, and high-value thefts, all with time being critical.
And listen, this is what happens when we don't care about good things. Something that used to be wholesome, good fun. You know, karaoke nights and sing-alongs and dance contests and laying by the beach and eating too much food at the buffet because you could, so you would. And it's been ruined by bringing the most negative elements from the Black community and bringing it to the open oceans. And so I don't blame Carnival for doing what they need to do, like banning Bluetooth speakers, so that way people can't just blast whatever music.
And once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties. We had an issue with the live, the Wi-Fi. You know, sometimes Wi-Fi and be Wi-Fi in. So yeah, if you're back in, thank you for being patient. And yeah, we don't continue on. So yeah, I just lost some engagement, but hopefully we get it back on because we're still up. We're still here. So, yo, let's get it.
Music they want and ruin it for other people who paid to be on that ship like everybody else has. Because I don't think when Carnival lowered their fares to make it more affordable, they were also hoping to become the most ratchet cruise line.
Everybody may not agree to this, but it is what it is. I do not blame Carnival for the new rules that they are enforcing. And I'm going to tell you why. Because so many people are going, the young adults, they going on here and they showing a bare ass. I get y'all want to have fun. Y'all want to turn up. Y'all want to enjoy yourself. But if you cannot handle your alcohol or your Zod, you don't need to be on that cruise ship because it's supposed to be like a family thing. Number one, there's all type of people on these cruise ships, and there's children on there. And the videos that I see that people be posting, half of it be funny, half of it be fun, everybody turning up, dancing. But then it's the other half, it's the ignorance, and that's exactly what people are bringing to these cruise ships.
Exactly, and there are people who get on those cruise ships and they're just looking to have some fun with their families and just have a nice good old time. But then when we talk about this subject, Black people don't want to acknowledge the obvious. Instead, they want to call it racist. Every situation is not about racism, but that's the narrative that'll get pushed in order to avoid accountability. And listen, you should never be embarrassed when you see this sort of behavior if you understand how you carry yourself and how you present yourself when you're out in public and the standard that you set with your family. And so this has nothing to do with Carnival no longer wanting the black dollar, because the fact of the matter is with any corporation, any company that's looking to remain successful, if they notice that their public image is being impacted negatively by whatever, they're going to put policy.
And once again, my apologies for the little glitch in the matrix. Like I said, we had a situation with a Wi-Fi. It just started glitching all of a sudden. Yeah, Wi-Fi is not booming. That commercial is a lie. God damn it, motherfuckers! Right in the middle of the goddamn live stream, everything just said pew pew pew, and I'm like, okay, but we back up. So shout out to everybody that's being patient.
And provisions and things in place in order to rectify that.
They acting stupid. They acting like they don't know how to conduct themselves. So I don't blame Carnival for putting a stop to certain shit. I feel like the shit need to go to 25 and up, because it's like these young adults, they getting on here, and number one, social media is messing up everything. They coming on here and they showing videos of how they sneaking alcohol on these cruise ships. So that's why they getting more strict when it comes to what you can bring and what you can't bring. Everything is not meant for social media, and y'all don't seem to understand that. I get everybody want to go viral. I get everybody want to, be a streamer now, but everything is not meant to go on the net. Y'all don't think these people watch this? When you showing how to sneak alcohol on the ship, when you showing how y'all be sneaking y'all Zao on the ship, y'all don't think that they're watching? Just like y'all have social media, so do the people. This shit ran by the feds. Y'all know that shit, right? The feds watching it. So I said that to say this. I don't blame them people, okay? Because y'all get on that ship and y'all showing y'all bare ass. Not everybody, but a lot of people are going on this cruise ship and they just doing the utmost. The ignorance is just like at a high level. You can have fun and turn up and still not go on there trying to fight people. I just seen a video. This guy and his friends, young teenagers, not even 21 years old yet, beat up this girl boyfriend or her husband, beat him unconscious because they were in the elevator and they was jumping on the elevator like idiots. So she, the wife, asked them, "Can y'all stop?" Of course, they get mad. They call her all type of bees. The husband stepped in after they called his wife bees and they beat the man unconscious. It's shit like that ruins it for everybody, because it's getting to a point. Y'all see how crowded Carnival is now. Y'all see everybody and their mama going on cruises.
Yeah, motherfucker don't care, man. As long as they get in there and, get their little ghetto freak on and their little party on and shit. They don't care about what other people got to deal with. We do got to deal with y'all motherfuckers out in public, at some point. We do got to so-called interact with y'all. And when people acting like this, it makes it where y'all fuck it up for everybody else, because then, one, people ain't going to want to start supporting the shit. They going to find other things to do. And, these ships start losing money, behind some of y'all motherfuckers' actions, they gonna start making some shit that's gonna really piss some people off. And it'd be a shame if they start, just discriminating against us, as a whole, just because of a group that don't know how to act. I think she said, or I don't think she said, but yeah, should it be an age limit now? Is it have to be to that? It's supposed to be a family thing, so it shouldn't matter what the ages is. But if they have to make age restrictions, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna be kind of fucked up,
Just now, and it's supposed to be a fun family event, but then you have this other side of people. It's like y'all going on there to just be ignorant. Everybody don't want to be around that shit. Like that really gets annoying. Nobody don't have time for that. Like, you're still an adult. Conduct yourself like a fucking adult.
Listen, this is what happens when there's no shame in the community. And we'll talk about how women don't have any shame, but the reality is those women are having kids, and those kids are becoming adults. And those new adults are the ones who don't have any shame, but they'll still complain and play victim.
Y'all are some complaining ass. Y'all hoes complain so much. Y'all are some complaining ass people. And for y'all complaints, none of y'all perfect, but it can't produce nothing. They don't even got a lot of money to change nothing, but y'all complain about everything. So now over the last few days, first y'all was doing videos of complaining about going to Miami. Your ass ain't getting what you want in Miami because you're brown skin, your body is big, you don't look like a toothpick, and you're not as white as snow. So you got mad about that. You make viral videos. Everybody, all the people who act like they got similar experiences are all the only ones liking y'all videos, complaining in the comments. And then y'all turn around days later and make a Carnival video bashing a cruise line for new rebranding and new things they got going on. Now y'all complaining about that. 100,000 point something black is complaining, because I know it ain't nobody else. Black is complaining about Carnival want y'all to have some decorum now on their goddamn cruise because y'all think y'all sit in the backyard bungalow party when you on a cruise boat and you got to go to other countries, but you don't. But because you're gonna complain about everything. So tell me something. What the do you want for y'all not to complain? What do you hoes need for y'all to shut the up and quit coming to TikTok with your complaints? What do you need? What do you want? Can you afford a yacht to go buy a boat yourself so you ain't got to worry about Carnival rules? Can you afford a yacht? No, then shut up. If you can't afford to go buy your own yacht so you can shut the fuck up and turn up how you want to, shut up. There are rules to follow, whether they're at your house, your mammy house, or Carnival Cruise. There are rules. What else are y'all gonna complain about? What next? I'm so tired of y'all hoes complaining. It's exactly what men be saying. Sometimes women talk about irrelevant shit that don't even do nothing. It's not gonna make you lose sleep, and it definitely don't make you lose money. Why the do y'all complain so much?
Stereotypes exist. And while it may not be you as an individual who represents that, it may be the people who you live around and the people who you look like. And so we need to stop pretending like it doesn't, because it doesn't mean that it's you if that's not who you are.
Yeah. That's just the many different things that's been going on out here in these streets that, is hindering us Black people. And that's how we act in public. That's just one situation. It shit goes on some of everywhere. Hell, there are certain circles that I used to be a part of that you couldn't go to their parties unless something was happening, a fight break out, bitches, slinging, fucking weed juice every goddamn where, niggas want to act a fool because they don't know how to handle their damn alcohol, or they having all these situations where, these love triangles, come full circle at the party and shit, and y'all can't take shit outside. And, they lost a lot of different venues behind that. A lot of places was looking at like, look, we're not trying to have y'all here at our establishment. It ain't worth the money. You know what I'm saying? The aggravation, and the bullshit that comes with y'all motherfuckers out here doing whatever and shit. It's just crazy, man. But that's what some of these people out here doing. And it's fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up. But it's all good. But yeah, man. How y'all doing? Like I said, I'm sorry for a second ago we had a situation with our live stream, and hold on. Jesus. We had a situation with our stuff. A second. Okay. Hold on. Hold up 1 second, because my shit is tweaking right now. Jesus. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I am having some. I'm struggle streaming, y'all. Give me a second. I'm over here struggle streaming. Sorry about that. But anywho, how y'all doing out there, man? Yeah. Try to get things to work right, and the struggles continue. But I'm quite sure y'all probably heard about Remy Ma punk ass. She done crashed out with Papoose, all the bullshit that she had going on with that situation, and Clarissa Shields and all that other shit. Now the girl done got arrested. And the crazy shit is she got arrested going to the trial that her son is incarcerated for, with the alleged red rum of a man, him and another guy. That broad. Her and him and another guy was out doing some bullshit, and got caught up. And Remy Ma got into it with the victim's daughter. And yeah, that's some ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? You okay, you're going there to support, you know, your son. Okay, that's fine. You know, but you're getting into it with the victim's family, you know, in the court. I mean, in the court, well, not in the courtroom. They actually did it outside the courtroom. And that's why, you know, Remy got arrested with her stupid ass. But yeah, but man over here, he gonna talk about it. See, Jay Black, he had something to say about it. You know, good content creator. If you're not subscribed to him, you know, definitely you know, look him up, you know, and tell him the Black Bottom Roscast sent you.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Remy Ma embarrassing herself. Reportedly, Remy Ma was arrested outside of a courthouse because she got into a verbal altercation with a young lady by the name of Jasmine Dior. Jasmine Dior is the daughter of a man that her son is in jail now and accused of taking the life of.
I'm sorry. I said this the other day when I saw this video. Why the fuck her son's eyebrows look like the 60s version of Loki from the from the DC Comics you know, cartoons? I don't know if some of y'all grew up watching like the Incredible Hulk, Thor, old Iron Man, you know, those 60s them 60s cartoons. This nigga straight got them motherfucking Loki 1966, 67 ass eyebrows, man. What the fuck is going on here? That shit blew me. But I just had to point that out because that shit was kind of funny.
That story happened a couple of years ago. And this particular guy's 47-year-old. He was a well-known guy in the streets. Right. I think he also has a connection to Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. But people were saying that could have been a hit for hire. And that's why her son and another gentleman are sitting in Rikers Island now. So they're outside this courthouse and they're getting into it. And I'm seeing a lot of people, especially a lot of you heifers, in the comment section taking Remy Ma's side, like she didn't do nothing wrong. Were y'all in the courtroom? Because y'all got to understand something. The girl didn't just show up at the courthouse talking crazy to Remy. They were all in the courthouse together. And I think what happened outside of the courthouse stemmed from what probably happened in there. But see, y'all wouldn't know that because you're so blinded by your support of a woman who went to prison for almost taking another woman's life. That don't matter to y'all. That don't matter. Y'all think it's funny that she almost took another woman's life over some money. Y'all think that's funny. This is why no one takes y'all seriously when y'all try to play the victim. This is why nobody takes y'all seriously. The life of a black woman doesn't mean anything unless it's taken by a black man or a white man. Now all of a sudden you're the least protected. You know, you're the victims. But when you have women who harm other women, you think it's funny. But be that as it may, I believe that this verbal altercation stemmed from what had happened inside the courthouse. This young lady was upset, like any of y'all would be. And you heifers who are in the comment section of the Shade Room and these other places who are mad at the daughter for having emotion over what happened to her father in broad daylight, you would be upset too. And y'all are just pretending that you wouldn't be upset at the killer's family. We've seen families go at each other in court. It happens. It always has happened. Will you expect her to just stand there and not say nothing to Remy when Remy is probably looking at her crazy talk? We don't know what happened in the courthouse. We just know what happened outside of it. Y'all acting like this girl just pulled up and just started talking crazy to her. When we know Remy, with her, who's very narcissistic, we know that she likes to gaslight because we've seen it with Papoose. We've seen her gaslight him. So I have no doubt that she was in that courthouse gaslighting that girl and her family, which is why she was upset. That girl has every right to be upset. She has every right. She lost her father to a knucklehead. Okay? And people are saying, well, it's alleged he's innocent until proven guilty. Well, him and another man were arrested. And again, I believe this crime happened in 2022. The arrest was made, this year, I believe? Correct, Mom, this year. So what lets me know that the detectives working the case, they worked the case, they found evidence, and that's why they arrested them. Which means they feel like they have a solid case against them.
You know, it's crazy. He looked normal right here and shit, but that other picture, boy, he was looking real Loki-ish. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, like I said, we don't know what stemmed from this situation, but it's a clip that, you know, shows what happened outside the courtroom. You know, as far as when he was outside and shit. It got kind of ghetto-ish, you know, it got kind of niggerish, you know, kind of, you know, all that. But, you know, this is a grown-ass woman, you know, getting into it with a woman half her age. And your son is on trial for deleting somebody. And you trying to get into it with the victim's daughter? The class of it all, right?
But nobody wants to hold Remy Ma accountable for not being a good mother to him. It's very funny to me how she brought up Papoose' son, who I believe may be trans or gay. She brought up Papoose' son when she was going at Papoose. Papoose never brought up her son. Did y'all notice that? Papoose never brought up the fact that her son is sitting in jail and could go to prison for a very long time. He never brought her son up, but you know what she did? She brought his son up. And y'all defend that. Y'all are okay with her bringing up his kid, but if he was to bring up her kid, y'all would be angry. See, Remy reminds a lot of y'all of yourselves. That's why y'all are taking these irrational stances. So you mean to tell me that a girl that lost her father doesn't have a right to be upset? It's misplaced anger. Oh, what do you mean? Misplaced anger. Families are.
I mean, because think about it. How would you feel if you went to a trial, you know, for your deceased family member, and one of the relatives of the person that's allegedly did the crime, y'all going back and forth with each other? How would y'all feel about that? You know, come on in and let's engage, man. I know I had a little glitch in the matrix and lost some viewers, but hopefully y'all come on back in, because like I said, we're still here. You know, it's still gonna be a smoke show. So, you know, just hold tight. You know, we got a lot of smoke to talk about, you know.
Are angry at other families all the time for what one person did. It's called a ripple effect. Two families become enemies instantly. That is what happens. You don't have to like it, but unless you've lost somebody due to weapon violence to another person, those families are going to be butting heads with each other, especially if they're not condemning the behavior. It's different if Remy would have condemned the behavior of her son, but has Remy condemned the behavior of her?
I ain't heard her not one time say that she was sorry for what her son did. I didn't hear any kind of remorseful speeches and interviews behind this. She's actually kept kind of quiet about this situation with her son. You know, she ain't been wanting to put this out here in the media and, you know, on her platform, you know, her doing lives and shit like that. She ain't talked about this, you know, and it was almost forgotten until this situation just recently happened. It was almost kind of like swept under the rug, where it wasn't even being, you know, publicized, you know, that her son is going to trial for deleting somebody, you know, a few years ago. You know, they just really hitting in the trial now. So it hasn't been really nothing too much shaken, but the fact that they had to get everything in order to actually, you know, start this trial. So, yeah, she ain't been talking about it at all. She been real quiet about this shit.
If her son, no, she has not. But here y'all are fighting in the comment section. Again, unless you know loss, you will know.
And that's crazy how the people in the comment section is siding with Remy. Some of you bitches is something else, man. Y'all will support anything, but sometimes the right damn thing. Sometimes I see. It's like, what will promote y'all to give her that kind of, support when you know that this woman's son did what he did? Well, I don't know if he did it. I don't know. It ain't been proved yet. The motherfucker been locked up since. And that now they just starting trial. This shit happened, I think, in 2021 or 2022, one of them years. But it was a couple of years back. And now it's just going to trial. And y'all want to support her for standing up against the victim's daughter? Do y'all see the class in that shit? How classy are y'all, motherfuckers?
I know how that girl feels. She's still a young girl. I believe Remy's son is older than that girl. We don't know what was said in the courtroom. Y'all are just assuming that Remy was on her best behavior. Y'all don't know that. And if her son did it, he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his life. He deserves it. Let's get into this. Remy Ma found herself in a heated exchange outside a Queens courthouse on Tuesday with the daughter of the victim that her son Jason is accused of taking the life of. The confrontation took place on the courthouse steps where her 23-year-old son is currently facing charges in connection with the 2021 murder. Scott was arraigned this month on a 7-count indictment. Let me tell you something about these indictments. I've seen so many stories of RICOs being done for this gang, that gang.
7-count indictment. Man, that's kind of that's a lot, And for a deletion, oh yeah. I hope you got a good lawyer.
They get a lot of convictions or they get plea deals. The only way her son has a chance is if he takes a plea deal, including first and second degree hit, reckless endangerment, and 4 counts of criminal possession of weapon. Because you got to understand, this crime happened in broad daylight. So other people were put at risk due to this reckless behavior. Amid the legal proceedings, a video captured a heat exchange. Remy being confronted by a woman who goes by the name Jasmine Dior. In the argument, Dior accused the rapper of acting tough and then told her to go around the corner so they could get physical without police intervening. Remy, unbothered, responded, "Come on, beat me up," before the video cut out. Remy ran down the stairs. She didn't go around the corner. Listen, I'm not here to say that, people should be fighting. The one place you should not fight is at a courthouse, which is probably why Remy got arrested. Remy wanted to fight in front of the courthouse instead of going down the street. And that's why this was captured on video.
To beat you up too. Trying to beat you up. Come downstairs. You in front of the courthouse trying to act like you're tough.
Sound.
Yeah, stop.
Sound.
Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go.
Oh, let's see.
Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Like your mother's ugly? Oh, okay. Same thing. Oh, okay. Watch. Yeah, okay. We could test her right now.
Now, I want y'all to understand something. Why is Remy standing outside?
Why are you going back and forth with a 20-something-year-old and you damn near 50? That's what I can't understand. What is wrong with some of you old bitches that y'all got to just keep, there's a time and a place for every goddamn thing. Now, is this whole exchange correct on both ends? No. The daughter was being petty herself. She was antagonizing the situation. But I didn't mean that, Remy had to, fall into it and go back and forth with her. Like, you know, she could have walked away from that shit. Like, all right, whatever. You know, I understand. How would you feel if the shoe was reversed and you was going to a trial from a deceased loved one and the other person is acting reckless towards you, you know, however it might have started.
Talking to a girl half her age. That girl that she's arguing with is twice her age. And you got people in the comment section who think that it's okay for Remy, a grown woman with an adult son who's in prison, who's in jail, that she should be arguing with a 20-something-year-old. How would it look if a man in his 50s is arguing with a in front of the courthouse?
It would look stupid. Like, real talk. I mean, you know, like, come on, there's no way around it. You're gonna look like a goddamn fool. You know, like, what the fuck, sit your ass down some goddamn well. Fuck, you know, going back and forth with them motherfuckers. You know, it's understood. What's understood don't need to be explained. This is more nigga shit, you know.
How would that look? Why are you arguing with this girl? See, Remy in her mind thinks she's in her 20s. That's why she's out here recklessly ruining her marriage.
Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you was gonna see something ugly, bitch. You wasn't. But you wasn't. Same here. You see what's
Y'all
up?
hear this
Same.
juvenile argument? Now, is the young girl antagonizing her? Yes. She's antagonizing her, but again, I think this all stems from inside the courthouse. All this stems from inside the courthouse that just spilled over outside. Now, I don't know if they had recess. I don't know if they've ended court proceedings, but this is probably why police need to be outside these courthouses to make sure that people disperse. Now, you expect people to be, again, I'm not absolving this young girl of anything. She was antagonizing her, but Remy should have walked away. Instead of running down the stairs, Remy, you should have left the courthouse, but you stood there because you're very immature. You're a narcissist and you got to get the last word. And now you're talking about looks. You're talking about looks. Your son is going to be on trial for taking somebody's life. And this is what you're outside the courthouse doing.
Yeah, you see what's up. Oh, okay.
A separate clip showed the conceited MC handcuffed and flanked by police officers because she made a threat. That's why she got arrested, because she probably made threats. Though the cause of her detainment was not immediately confirmed, in a follow-up post, Dior addressed the altercation saying, "You would have thought I did something to you," expressing frustration over what she perceived as a lack of empathy from the rapper. "Realistically, I can never speak to my father again. You can see your son." See, that's what I'm saying. She should have denounced her son's behavior, because, listen, Remy knows if her son is guilty. She knows, because I'm pretty sure he's told her. What she should have said was, "I don't agree with this. I want to support my son, but I can empathize with the family. I hope the family finds." She probably did none of that, because Remy's such a narcissist, and she probably hates other women. As soon as she saw that man's daughter, she saw red. She saw red. Dior went on to accuse Remy of glaring at her during the proceedings, claiming the rapper carried herself as if her son were the victim. "Miss, where's your remorse?" she asked her followers. See, that's the thing. Because Remy's a narcissist. She thinks because she got away with 7 years for almost taking somebody's life, you know, she feels like rules don't apply to her, and that, you know, she, in her eyes, her son is a victim. You know, that's just the way that these women are like her. That's why I don't feel any type of sympathy towards Remy, because Remy's her own worst enemy. Prosecutors allege that Scott, along with an alleged co-conspirator Richard Swigert, was hired to take the life of 47-year-old Darius Gillibo in Queens on June 7th of 2021. According to authorities, Scott struck Gillibo multiple times, even after the victim had already fallen. Surveillance footage and phone records reportedly helped the investigators tie both men to the scene. So he's cooked. He is cooked. While Remy has maintained publicly silent about the incident, she has consistently supported her son throughout the ongoing trial. If convicted, Scott faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. His alleged accomplice Swigert is already serving time for a separate murder. So this is the type of dudes he hangs around. Mother of the decade, right? Who y'all are out here defending. This who y'all defending? Papoose could have brought her son up. He never did. Papoose is a stand-up guy, because if a woman's gonna bring up my children, trust me, I'm gonna bring up hers, especially if they are adults. I'm not talking about young children, but if I have an adult child and she's talking about my adult child and the decision that my adult child made, trust and believe I'm gonna bring up the decision that her adult child made. I'm like, well, you talking about my child's choices. What about yours? Where is he at? But you're a great mother. You're a great person.
Shit's crazy, man. Yeah, shit's crazy. So she in jail. She got her head knocked the fuck off. I'll tell you that. But hey, what do I know? Some other shit going on in news. My man, Beautiful Lies, Mr. El Guapo. He was talking about this panel. I forgot the name of the panel, but some of these women were getting real triggered as far as how some men are dating outside of their race, and we're gonna bring it up, pull it up, see what's up, and yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that. Basically, they mad because a white woman said that some of y'all women are jealous, meaning black women, because some of y'all men are going towards the milk, so to speak. So let's go with it.
I'm gonna have to get more blonde Brazilians for you, Theo. I gotta step up my game. I'm gonna make it work, though. I'm gonna make it work. But salute to you. Thank you so much. Bang. Well, with the 500, I guess we've definitely got to get right back into the content. Let's go.
I just don't understand. Like, y'all are
Here's the clap
living
back.
in like this fucking twilight zone. That shit is blowing my fucking mind. Why would a white woman want a black baby?
You in a
Because
twilight
that's
zone.
what she
You gotta do
wants.
one like that. You gotta do one like I remember what I wanted to say now.
What you
I remember
mean?
now.
What
I
you
remember.
mean?
It
Well,
came back.
wait a
Hey,
minute.
Jazz, let
What
her
you mean? Why would a white woman want a black? Everybody's not the same. This white woman, she loves black men. She want a mixed child. She want a black baby. So what? So y'all are this shit is jealousy at the end of the fucking day.
Girl,
it boils down to nothing.
Woo!
It
She
kind of
said
heated.
out loud. She said the quiet.
Getting kind of heated. Like what's going on? Shit. She mad. She got triggered behind that one. Let's run that back.
So what? So y'all are this shit is jealousy at the end of the fucking day.
Girl,
it boils down to nothing.
Woo! She said the quiet part out loud. She said the quiet part out loud. Say it again. Say it again.
But jealousy. Y'all are so jealous of white women for what reason I do not know.
Girl,
y'all
go to
supposed
hell
be the
right
people-
now.
Oh no, she told her to go straight to Hades, man.
Shut the fuck
Let's go.
Go to hell right now.
Y'all supposed to be. Y'all
Go
supposed
to
to be
hell
the
right
default
now.
indoor
Sounds kind of triggered to me. What you think? Sounds kind of triggered.
fucking woman, right? I thought black woman was the fucking prize. I thought black woman was the shit. I thought black woman was the be all end all. Y'all are so jealous of white women. It's insane. And black women are so dope that you really don't even have no reason to have all this damn hate and ill in your heart because a white woman want to have a black baby. What is this? 18.
We're jealous and we got hate in heart. Wait a minute, we got hate in our heart, but a grown ass white woman sat there and looked at a black child and called it the N-word. But we're the haters. We're the jealousy ones. No. You can shut up right now, Ava, because you sounding real crazy and it's not contributing to the thing. Like I said.
I mean, why she sound crazy? Because she's just voicing her opinion about what she's experienced or what she's been witnessing. And why you so upset by it? It must be true. If you're getting all worked up in your emotions and don't know how to have a discussion without having to, say shut up and you sound crazy and all this other stuff. I mean, what the fuck, man? See, this is what I'm saying. Some of these fucking women, they need to shut the fuck up somewhere and go sit down somewhere.
Woosah. Listen. I don't want you to lose the forest for the trees. We had a question in front of us from the lovely lady that was in the barbershop amongst the men, and the gentleman came home from college with his engineering degree. He used to get all the girls, and he was engaged to a wife. And shout out to my main man, the lead attorney, for getting one. About time, dog, man. You need to step up, man. Good shot, bro.
Good shot.
Let's go. Hey, shout out to the lead attorney. Listen, what does the lead attorney say? He's like, I need you to acknowledge the person that gave you the membership, man.
He having mic issues like how I was having internet issues just a second ago. We all struggle streaming.
Two. Shit.
There you go.
I'm cussing. They call me cussing. Can y'all hear me? Drop me an 8 if you can hear me. Drop me an 8. I was trying to troll the lead attorney. I was trying to be like, what does he say? He says, hey, the names must be named. The names must be named. So thank you, lead attorney, for leading by example, man. And thanking 48 Laws for that membership. 48 Laws, man. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, man. Not only are we going to let you kick them in the face, we're going to play a little bit of that Bop House for you. Here you go.
Hey, you gotta love Beautiful Lies when he does his little music skits. he be over there having him a good old time with that.
Shout out to 48 Laws. Thank you so much, lead attorney, man. 48 Laws, you are the man. Thank you so much, man. Proud to call you my protege, bro.
You triggered my trap card.
Guapo, I'm jealous, man. I want to do some stuff like that when I start getting stream sponsors too. I'm trying to grow. When I grow up, I want to be just like you, brother. So shout out to you for that.
Bro, with the 1,000-piece, bro. Let's go, man. Theo, you're making them very, very, very mad.
I better not find out your ass was.
How's that for milk?
Swimming in the milk.
Theo, stop, bro. Stop,
Yo.
man. Enough is enough, man. And
He be going at it, boy. I'm telling you, with his show sponsors and what he do to show his appreciation to them all. So shout out to Guapo for what he be adding on today.
bruh, I don't even know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Theo, all jokes aside, man. How wonderful it is to be amongst brethren that are moving towards a common goal.
Hey. All right, that was that. Just a little lightheartedness in between. In the meantime, that we was doing for the show. Okay, how's everybody doing? Let's say we are back, and we are black. So yeah, we are here, and you are here at the Black Bottom Rozcast. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. If you came in late, hit it on the replay gang. If you hear it now live and direct, hit the like button on the way in. We need all the likes and engagements, all we need. If you more than generous to want to do something with the Cash App is open. The handle is down on the bottom of the screen scrolling. A whole bunch of ones beats a whole bunch of nuns. $20 or more, you do become the show sponsor. Brick Lady back. She in court now. She got a court date coming up, or I believe it already started, you know, for all that bullshit that she tried to put out there and the money that she laundered and squandered and finessed y'all motherfuckers to give her. You know, she got court. You know what I'm saying? My man MT Aura, you know, he talks about it. He been following her for a while. About as long as it started. A couple other content creators did, but he was definitely on her neck. Okay, so we gonna break down what's going on with old Brickface over here, and yeah, man, we're gonna get it going. Let's go.
Friends, family, how are you? MT Army, salute. MT Auras, one love. Listen, a little bit different background here today, but that's because I'm celebrating my 40th birthday. Yeah. Friends and family alike have united at a central location in the villa. You heard? In the villa, the compound. All right, maybe I'll give you guys a tour at the end of this. Nevertheless, although I'm on vacation, although I'm celebrating me, although I'm celebrating life with all of my loved ones, we still working. All right? Now, I told you guys a couple of months ago that I wanted to keep up with this Rhoda Brickface Osmond situation. Last video that I did is I told you that she was going to have a court injunction yesterday. So I wanted to bring to you the extra documentation that we have. All right. And shout out, as always, to my friend, Celebrity Daphne. All right. Queen of accountability. She just posted an update to everything. So I'm going to read through her post and then we're going to go through some of the court documents as it stands.
Yeah, Queen of Accountability is another YouTuber. Shout out to her. Daphne, she's really the first one that really started bringing up this whole scam that Brick Lady, aka Rhoda, was doing. And you know, MTR, he started reacting to it as well. And Brickface, you know, she was coming at Daphne hard, you know, talking about suing her and stuff like that, all because she was bringing out the fact that you was full of shit and you out here scamming. And I keep telling you, scammers, you know, scamming shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. Get you locked up. You know, find something else to do with yourself. Find something else to do with your time. You know, you enjoy freedom a little bit longer.
Stands today. Let's start. Rhoda Osman is officially heading to jury trial on July 24th, 2025. Also, apologize if you see guys walking around in the background. It's either friends, family, or some of the gardeners that they have over here. Nevertheless, I said last year that taking this to trial would be a dumb move, and I was right. Her entire history is coming with her, all right? From peace-stitution charges, all right, and crashing into a wall while driving under the influence to giving police a fake name, and even her past scam in Minnesota that netted her nearly $5,000. It's all admissible. Actually, that scam that was in Minnesota, we talked about that. That was the first GoFundMe scheme that she concocted. Again, it was similar to where she garnered the almost $40,000 with the Brickface situation, but it was, oh, woe is me, I am a victim, I went into a public space and there was a violence committed upon me, please donate to my GoFundMe to fund medical expenses and all this other bullshit. Nevertheless, all of it is coming back to bite her square in the ass. And also, I talked about these prior prostitution charges as well, which is absolutely crazy that she had charges like that. And I mentioned it 1 or 2 times before, but I'm sure that is a surprise to a lot of you. All right, let's keep going though. The prosecution will be using the videos I sent to the detective, her TikToks, Instagram lives, and Facebook clips where she threatened people and mocked the legal proceedings. Now, there were detectives that have already determined and came public with information that it seems that Rhoda instigated or incited or initiated rather the circumstance. But it seems now they're going to be adding on additional pieces of content that she's uploaded herself in order to hold those charges against her. Let's not forget the interviews that she did with content creators while under investigation. Every bit of it is now a part of discovery. GoFundMe's risk manager is set to testify, and subpoenas were issued for all of her financial records, including donations she received via Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. If she's found guilty, she's looking at 2 to 10 years. And here's the kicker. She was already on probation for assault before the brick incident. Yeah, she can't stay out of trouble, meaning that she violated that too. Stay tuned. Again, shout out to the queen of accountability, guys. I'm gonna leave a link to her contact information down in the description box down below. Make sure you guys go out there and show love to Daphne. She does hell of a job in supporting us, all right? Not only in the community that she serves, but also support within the channel, all right? So the first photo that's here is the case summary, right? Showing that this happened way back in January of 2024. You can see that it's theft between $30,000 and $150,000, which now makes it a felony, for which bond amount was granted via $10,000. Now, the next document is new because there's a lot of information in regards to the evidence that they're going to be utilizing against her. So number one at the top is prior convictions, right? These are previous things that she's done and has been convicted for. Number one, she had a DWI. That was back in 2021. Back in 2023, she had obstruction of highway. Like, what were you doing in the highway? Obstructing highway. Was she protesting something? The next one, liquor consumption under 21 years of age. That was back in 2009. Giving peace officer false information. We actually went over that. I did a video of that. And what's interesting about that one is that while being convicted of that in 2010, she actually just did that in 2024 as well. All right, actually I have a previous video on that. Disorderly conduct, offensive, abusive, noisy, obscene. Those are some of the most perfect descriptions for more than likely what she did. And that was back in 2019. Now, the prior extraneous offenses. Failure to give ID. Oh, that was the one in 2025. That one was dismissed. She had another DWI that was dismissed. Resisting arrest, 2023, was dismissed. controlled substance to manufacture, distribute, dispense. That was dismissed back in 2024. Solicit, induce, promote.
Man, this bitch can't stay her ass out of trouble, can she? Huh? She just do all kind of bullshit, man. This a troublemaker. You know, you got them out there. Yeah, but she wanted someone to save her. She wanted to play the victim. And you a terrorist, your damn self.
Promote peace-stitution. That was dismissed back in 2019, and 2 domestic assault charges back in 2024, which both were dismissed. This chick obviously is crazy as hell, lengthy rap sheet. She likes to have her name involved with the law. The thing is that within all of these cases, who knows if they utilize prior convictions against her in order to determine the type of character that she has or the likelihood of innocence previously, but in this one, they absolutely will. And I can only think that a judge is going to look at all of this. And I can only think that this won't help her. The judge is going to look at all of this and determine to a degree that she's a problem child and then render a verdict with the information. Now, the third document that we have is the expert testimony. The first one being a identification of the GoFundMe senior risk manager that will be testifying. And then the final page is the intent to use photographs, videos, scene diagrams, right? This is going to be all of the TikToks, the IGs, all of the podcasts that she was on in order to help the state of Texas case. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. So they've been following her because, you know, she been out here acting a goddamn fool after the fact, trying to plead her case for whatever content or interviewer that was willing to have her on their platform. And all that's going to be used in court, too. You know, she was out there bragging, doing little lies, laughing when she's out of town and, you know, in other countries and shit, off of y'all money that y'all donated to her on her GoFundMe after that so-called brick situation. All to find out it was a scam. You know, shit crazy.
Anyway, that's the documents that I wanted to go over. I think that she's absolutely cooked. Hopefully, they're also going to be able to utilize some of the content that we've all been producing as well. Shit, if they need links to my YouTube channel, you know, for the videos that I did that demonstrate the type of character that she has displayed in the past and the type of nuisance that she's been to honest, hardworking people, they should absolutely use the content over here as well. But guys, drop me your comments, questions, concerns down in the comment box down below. Let's continue to have conversation, dialogue, and discourse in regards to this. The last thing that I want to say about this is that at the end of the day, one thing that I love to do up here is to bring you guys to the truth, because the more truth that we have out here, the more that we can do damage with. I will never.
Yeah, that was pretty much about all what he was talking about as far as that. So we'll be staying posted with that whole trial that she's in. You know, motherfucker going to court left and right out here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ding dong. The bitch is dead. The bitch is dead. The bitch is dead. Rumor has it that Will Smith is getting ready to divorce Jada Pinkett. I know a lot of us shouldn't be, you know, happy when, you know, black families break up and shit like that. But this shit was a long time coming. There's just certain people and certain relations that just shouldn't go on. And this went on far too long. I mean, like well over a few decades, you know, almost, a couple decades at least. And well over a couple decades, rather. You know, they've been around a long time. As long as a lot of us can remember, we've seen Jada and Will. Hell, some of y'all done grew up off their relationship, watched their kids grow and all kind of shit. But yeah, rumor has it that he is planning on divorcing her. Our other content creators, the Tip Network, very good content creators. I'm trying to get like them. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot of good stuff with their platform, and they brought something up about it. And yeah, man, we're gonna go on over here and see what they had to say about it.
I am a 20-year divorce attorney. I know for a fact that if Will Smith
shout out to the lead attorney,
are tons of divorce attorneys that would line up to take his case. He does not want to divorce this woman because if he did, he could do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
You think so?
In a heartbeat.
Much later. Much later.
OMG. Y'all know Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have been rumored to be getting a divorce, getting separated, getting a divorce, getting separated through all of these years. Now it has come a time and point where Will Smith has contacted a big law firm, and he is not playing. He is trying to return Jada Pinkett back to the streets and where he found her, right?
Will Smith is finally, after being separated from Jada since 2016, he's done with the PR of it all. The life partnership is not working. He has a woman that he's in love with, and she is not black.
Will Smith fans are reacting to his flirty exchange with pop star India Martinez. In the now viral moment, Will and India seem to lean in for a kiss during a performance in Miami before India brushes him off. She then turns back, grabbing Will's face as the pair get close enough to give the impression of an actual kiss.
I am extremely happy that Will is finally waking up and seeing this for who she is. He ready to sign them papers. And you know she gonna come out and try to write a book. What happened to the life partner?
If he divorces her, do you disagree with this? She would take a third of what he has will be gone.
She could take 75% of what he has.
But listen.
But we're talking about Will Smith. We talking about Wild Wild West, Ali. We talking about The Pursuit of Happiness. And it's really weird. I want y'all to go watch The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm not saying that movie is paralleling what he's dealing with right now with Jada, but just the little nuances that was going on with his character and his wife and how she wasn't happy. And what wound up ending up, I don't know how many people saw it. I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, but just watch that movie. Watch the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Like I said, Will then made history. He did Independence Day. He did all these things. But what Jada is just a second-rate D-list actress. You know, she hasn't done anything of any substance in her career. All we know her really as Will Smith's wife. You know what? Babs was like a precursor for how a lot of the women are out here now. That trash ass movie. Okay, probably Inkwell. She was a bitch in that. Let me see. What other movie was that she was in? Menace to Society. She played a minuscule role in that. Shit. It's a few other movies that she got. Hell, from what I found out, she got involved in The Matrix because of Will Smith. From what I'm hearing, Will Smith was supposed to have been in The Matrix, but he wound up doing Wild Wild West and got Jada the hookup to be in The Matrix, which that was actually supposed to have been Aaliyah's part, but unfortunately, Aaliyah, lost her life, before that movie came out. But she was looked at to be that character that Jada Pinkett played in the Matrix, and it's just crazy, But yeah, it's rumored. We don't know how true it is, but I mean, we've been hearing stuff here and there rumbling, so we'll see.
All that is until they get you. Once they get you, they don't give in to pressure. Her and her attorney are going to try and bring you down. In fact, 100%. It is the job of the attorney to make sure that she leaves with all your works.
100%.
That's right.
The most she.
But you know what though? It ain't even gonna matter. Let Will Smith on an average, probably made about $20-30 million a movie. let him do 1 or 2 good movies. She can have that money. She gonna jag it off anyway. You know what I'm saying? And then he can get back to it. It's a small price to pay for your happiness. Is if she trying to get you for everything you got, well, you know, it's he's lawyering up. You know, and I'm quite sure these ain't no slouch lawyers. So it's gonna be a messy court battle. It's definitely gonna be a messy divorce. You ain't gotta worry about child support. It's pretty much gonna be spousal and what, you know, she feels that she deserves, you know, to finish her lifestyle and all that. But, you know, he get him a good enough lawyer, he could work that out. But yeah, she gonna try to check a bag off of him. But hopefully, like I said, he has the right lawyer to help him, you know, with this if it does, you know, allegedly come to pass. Like I said, it hasn't been verified as of yet. It's just been rumored. So we're gonna just keep our fingers crossed for that one. That's crazy. We saying that shit about somebody splitting up, but hey, get rid of that bitch.
She can get. It's absolutely true.
That's crazy.
And he is now talking to lawyers. The issue, and so he is setting up to divorce Jada. Now, this is going to be a messy divorce because you have to understand the prenup that was signed. Because remember, when he met Jada, Jada was just kind of a small-time actress that was being passed around Hollywood between Tupac and everybody else that would take the pussy, right?
They grew up together. They were childhood friends in Baltimore. And it is my position that Tupac imprinted on Jada. Jada was Tupac was Jada's first. And like I said, if you are a man, understand something. Unless you get her early, you are not going to be her first choice. Anybody on the planet knew that Will Smith was Jada Pinkett's second choice.
He proposed to you while he was in jail.
When he asked me to get married, he was at Rikers. And I knew at that time, he needed somebody to do time with him, which I was going to do anyway. You didn't have to marry me to do time.
This bitch lying like a motherfucker right there. She sat up there in that interview and straight lied. Y'all do realize when Pac, I mean, I don't know how many of y'all was of age when Pac was still alive and when he was locked up for that bogus essay allegation and shit like that. She actually sat there and lied and said that Pac wanted to marry her when he was locked up. Pac was dealing with Quincy Jones' daughter during that time. So what the fuck are you talking about? That he was going to try to marry you while he's dealing with Quincy Jones' daughter? Huh? That shit ain't math. And it's fucked up that Pac ain't here to defend his own self. You know, she been riding that coattail, for years, dangling that shit right in front of Will Smith's face. It was already bad enough that Will felt certain kind of way about the fact that she never quite let Pac go. She really wanted to be with that man. Pac didn't want to be with her like that. He saw, her for what it was. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to be with that bitch like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like, you going to sit there on this interview and just sit up here and lie like that and say, oh, he wanted to marry me. No, he didn't. He ain't never talked about you like that. I mean, when he did talk about you, he said how y'all were close as far as friends. And he said it himself that he didn't look at you that way. When he was around and when y'all was around each other, y'all was just cool with each other. Y'all went to the same high school, grew up in similar, situations and shit like that. He wasn't feeling you like that. He knew you what kind of person you was, what kind of slut you was. Fuck up out of here, man.
Right. I'm here. Because of our friendship and because of everything we had been through together, he just wanted to feel that solidified foundation.
You destroying his legacy. You saying he wanted to marry you and all this. and it can't be backed up nowhere. I know what makes people act right in this world, and it is fear of consequence. If these people have no consequence, how can we live in a world where people can do what they want to do? Like, people can't destroy you and you don't defend yourself. What kind of world is this? Like what Jada is doing to Will Smith. You're out here trying to destroy somebody. In fact, you're destroying two people. You are basically talking about.
Hold on. I gotta go back to something. Give me a second. Hold on.
You destroying his legacy. You saying he wanted to marry you and all this, and it can't be backed up nowhere. I know what makes people act right in this world, and it is fear of consequence. If these people have no consequence, how can we live in a world where people can do what they want to do? Like, people can't destroy you.
That's what I was trying to look at. Why her head looked like the aliens, you know what I'm saying, from the movies and shit. You know, there are certain people, you know, certain women that just don't need certain hairstyles, and this ain't it with her. I'm sorry, this just ain't it. She got like that kind of head that you just want to just walk up and just smack the fuck out of from the back, like lick your hand, like you know how we used to do when we were kids and shit, like lick your hand, see somebody bald head, like swat, just smack that shit, like dead off. Smack some hair on her or some shit. Oh, but crazy.
For you, and you don't defend yourself. What kind of world is this? Like what Jada is doing to Will Smith. You're out here trying to destroy somebody. In fact, you're destroying two people. You are basically talking about a dead man.
You know, since.
And also keep in mind, she really didn't want to marry that man. The only reason why she married him is because she was up and coming artist. They was dating, you know, she gave in to it. She settled, basically, you know, this when he was doing his thing and was an up and coming movie artist, because you know he started off rapping, was decent rapping, but then got off into the acting and then just took off, you know. I think I think it was like right around the time when like he was doing Fresh Prince, or a little bit after when they actually got together. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, he did a lot of good things, and yeah, like my man said, yeah, he made her, and she's mad because her career never really blew up the way she would have liked it. But she's not a good actor. Like I said, she's been second-rate actor in a lot of movies. What? Girls Trip? That shit was trash. I mean, probably the only movie that I can recall of hers that was half-ass decent was Set It Off. That was probably it. That was probably the only movie that I can think of, you know, out of the movies that she done played in over the years that she was half-ass decent with. And she still wasn't the main character in that role, even though they tried to make her the main character because of the plot. But other actors stood out. Hell, Queen Latifah did a better job in that movie than she did.
He's been able to face so much scrutiny and just public humiliation, and his career is still intact, while Jada is at the house doing. What is Jada doing right now?
We were all introduced to Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and the word entanglement. Yes, entanglement, something a 40-plus-year-old married woman said about banging her son's drug-addicted friend.
I got into an entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. Help heal somebody.
Emotional damage. The people in charge of this United States of whatever you want to call it empower so that the community is ran by who? Look at everything that's happening in the world. It's the women. They have the power over you.
Let's talk about the role of a wife.
But I know that it is uncomfortable and grotesquely unfair to emasculate your husband publicly. Publicly. How much small?
And now look what Michelle Obama doing with Barack, with what she got going on with her little half-ass podcast. Even though I can't say that my shit is the greatest, but you know, I'm trying my best. You know what I'm saying? I got a little something going. I mean, I ain't, you know, I ain't there yet. I ain't got the popularity, you know, I ain't got thousands and upon thousands and millions of views yet, but I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Patience is a virtue. I like to get it from the ground up. And we are here at the black bottom, literally. But, you know, we're going to get there to the top. So shout out to all those that's tuning in right now. Hit the like button on the way in. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe and the button and the bell. And for all future live streams that I do, in fact, I do plan on doing some short content soon as well, you know, pre-recorded and stuff like that. And, you know, I'll be doing that soon also. So, you know, just be on the lookout for all the stuff that I start doing. Yeah, but let's finish off with this trollop.
Smaller do you want to make him? How much? Come on, Jada. This is wrong. Especially while you still married to him.
What I've been able to discover about myself in the last 5 years, I've needed this time to really concentrate on me and really developing like a relationship with myself.
Now, if Will Smith was banging Willow's drug-addicted friend, they would throw him in the cell next to R. Kelly. But we were allowed to call it entanglement. Her name didn't flow as much even when she was getting movie roles as it does today, tangled up with this stuff. Gentlemen, it is my position that modern women and high-value men don't mix, because they will likely not be happy in a secondary or subordinate support role. They want the spotlight. And unfortunately, only one of you can have the spotlight, and it needs to be you, because without Will, they don't have anything. Anybody going to see Jada Smith in no movie?
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Yo, ho, white savages, say it ain't so.
Trust me. If this shit is true and he breaks out, like I said, give her the money. We said this shit back when she was doing all this bullshit with the whole entanglement thing, and then after the fact with the Oscars when he damn near killed his career and all this other shit. And then she going out, you know, basically disrespecting him on all these damn interviews and that bullshit red tape that thank God is no longer, you know, of any. It was trash. Anyway, I never really watched the show. I mean, I've watched clips and stuff of it, but that show's trash, man. Like, what the fuck? You know, 3 mad bitches just sitting up complaining all goddamn day on every episode, just complaining about every goddamn thing. You know, her mama, her crazy ass daughter, all 3 of them, just complaining ass bitches. Them gonna be the ones that gonna be at the family reunion that's gonna be off in the corner somewhere looking grumpy and talking about people every goddamn day. You know, at the goddamn event, not really socializing with nobody, just standing amongst themselves, just talking about people, and just looking like, you know, somebody just wiped your ass with them or some shit. You know, but it's crazy, man.
It's looking like Jada Pinkett Smith's time has run out. We have known all the long time, as that there have been many signs pointing that their marriage was heading towards a divorce, with Will Smith being publicly dragged online by his wife, where she went on a social media run talking about all their business and their affairs, with anyone lending an ear to care. What happened behind those closed doors and in those bedrooms? Jada made it like a task list as she's doing her chores by making sure that she was disrespecting Will Smith every step of the way, publicly humiliating him every chance that she could get. Just like with Barack Obama's wife, Michelle, Jada Pinkett did what she can to make Will Smith's life like hell, whether she realized it or not. The fact that remains is this. From the beginning of their marriage, when they exchanged vows with one another, to the aftermath that followed those events, what it has all shown us.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, you said you and Will gonna have y'all divorce party together. Hey, shout out to you. I'm gonna be right there with you because pretty soon I'm gonna be out of the doghouse with my one of my son's mother with the child support. So we're gonna have a divorce / child support party. You know what I'm talking about? That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to all the women that knows they role. And we ain't talking about that to control, be, some misogynistic person. We all have roles. Men have roles. Women have roles. Children have roles. Roles have roles, with little glaze on it and, swirls. Everyone has a role.
What we've known all along is that she has never respected Will Smith as a spouse at any given time of their history, unless she was able to make some kind of money, notoriety, or increase the spotlight on herself selfishly.
For the first time in my career, having to deal with a level of disapproval that I never had to experience.
Yeah. What does making a mistake in front of the world, how do you handle that?
It's brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal, but beautiful. The addiction to the approval.
I don't know how recent this interview is right here with Will, but I'm hoping this is like some recent shit. And he's like, I might have to like search this in particular clip that they got this from so I can see the whole content of what's going on. You say you sound brainwashed. Shit, if you've been dealing with the bullshit that he been dealing with all them damn years, I mean, you sound kind of brainwashed your damn self. But hey, if he's getting ready to break up out of this and get right about himself, man, more power to him. That's the bottom line.
Approval of others that I had to dissolve. Brutal. It was brutal. Finding that way to be able to be with my own humanity, be able to not be perfect, then I found in my constellation of ideas of perfection that we called Will Smith, working in that space of authenticity and honesty and imperfection, allowing that to grow into a higher perfection than the imagery of Will Smith is where I am as an artist and as a human right now.
Light Savages, I think we've all known it all along, as Will Smith has been playing a mental mind game with himself, putting his head into the sand when everyone was trying to tell that man to wake up, smell the coffee, and leave Jada Pinkett. Well, now he has, and he destroyed the shackles, removing all the chains from his feet, from his mind, from his palms. Gone ahead and ripped that wedding ring off. Will Smith discovers that Jada has nothing left to offer. Why should he continue to allow his dignity, his self-dignity, to continue to suffer, being under the constant barrage and the attack, the emasculation and slaughter of his manhood by a woman that's still in love with the ghost of Tupac? But what I do know is that Jada Pinkett has been exposing her damn self as she's been revealing her true colors on every press run that she's done, exposing herself to be a big old dunce and a true villain in the story.
What is Jada doing right now to remotely keep Will's brand afloat? Will is a brand in himself, and I think he felt like during that Black Love era, the Jet magazine, oh my God, like they are the perfect couple.
She don't wanna be saved. I want a real love. That Jada in that real love.
And then when you open it up and you see that it's all PR and it's press, and now he's had a rude awakening. It's like, why am I here?
I want a real love. I'm still with her.
The line about wanting a Jada and that Will Love from 2014's No Role Models is ruined according to longtime Cole fans, and they are beside themselves. That Jada and that Will Love lyric from J. Cole did not age well. I don't want that Jada and Will Love no more. This was that Jada and that Will Love J. Cole was talking about. J. Cole, when you offer him that Jada and Will Love now, when J. Cole said he wanted that Jada and Will Love in a song called Don't Save Her.
Why am I staying here? Why did I allow her to, to talk me into being life partners when he was the one that left her? He left Jada, gave her everything, still wasn't enough, built her a house, gave her women when she wanted women.
So why bother go through all those troubling times and those headaches when he can go and sign off on the divorce papers, and head out? Embark on his new music touring career, popping up on Lyrical Lemonade, doing freestyles, getting critiques left and right every which way. But he's continually to be acting in his own self-interest, where his toughest critics were nothing when it compared to one Jada Pinkett. Will Smith has been afflicted with the cognitive dissonance from before, the disconnect from reality, when people have been trying to grab him by the shoulders and shake him to wake up. Where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the noise has finally gotten through to him there, as he is willing to pull the trigger in initiating the divorce and kicking Jada Pinkett to the curb, according to the rumors, of course. Jada Pinkett, realizing that she's losing control, is sensing a slow change in Will Smith's demeanor and can see the writing on the wall by not putting all her eggs in one basket. Went on a social media run, appearing on multiple podcasts. She knew that mental foothold on Will Smith was loosening and weakening, where Will Smith was about to overcome it, pushing himself off the ground, getting her foot off of his neck.
I want to help you do all of those things. I'm here to help you with that. And I'm like, and in return, I should get a bit of what I want, which is connection. If Will looked back and was trying to give me whatever the hell it was I was asking for, he wouldn't have been able to accomplish it anyway. Because if I'm not connected to myself, if I don't have a good relationship with me, there's nothing.
Hold on. I just know this bitch didn't just sit up here and try to insinuate if she wouldn't have been there that this man wouldn't have done or had been the success that he was in his acting career. I just know that this motherfucker didn't just say that. Help me understand. Hold on. Maybe I'm misunderstanding this. Let me go back to this.
He wouldn't have been able to accomplish it anyway. Because if I'm not connected to, I should get a bit of what I want, which is connection.
Where Will Smith was about to overcome it, pushing himself off the ground, getting her foot off of his neck.
I want to help you do all of those things. I'm here to help you with that. And I'm like, and in return, I should get a bit of what I want, which is connection. If Will looked back and was trying to give me whatever the hell it was I was.
You did not help him with Independence Day. You did not help him. You know what a good movie was? That was a sleeper that y'all need to check out that Will did. Enemy of the State. With him and Gene Hackman. God rest his soul, Gene Hackman. He not too long recently passed away. But him and Gene Hackman, Enemy of the State, came out like in the later 90s. Really broke down a lot of stuff that's going on right now with the technology of the day. Check that movie out. She did not help him with that. She did not help him with fucking Men in Black. She did not help him. Well, he helped her with The Matrix, but that was like a big movie, and she still didn't really blow up behind that. Yeah, shit, like the fuck. Like I say, she is a D-rate actor, if best. Nothing of any substance as far as her works. This boy has a long list of things. He played Muhammad Ali. Did a damn good job. Shout out to Will Smith for that. Like I said, The Pursuit of Happiness, probably one of my favorite movies. That and 7 Pounds. Need to watch that movie. That was another good movie that he was in. She wasn't nowhere around in that movie. Shit. What else? Didn't he play Serena and Venus's father in a movie that came out not too long ago? Didn't he play the father in that? Yeah, he played the father in that. He did that slave movie of that famous brother that had the whip marks on his back. I forgot his name. I can't think of his name right now, but I'm quite sure y'all know what I'm talking about. Shit, need I go on? I mean, Bad Boys, come on. What has she done? I'm telling you, if this is true and he breaks away, movie roles is going to be falling in his lap. He'll get that money back. Give her the money.
Was asking for, he wouldn't have been able to accomplish it anyway. Because if I'm not connected to myself, if I don't have a good relationship with me, there's nothing he can do. You get to have your dream. How come I'm not having mine? And that's because Will was doing what he wanted to do.
He was making himself happy.
He was making himself happy.
So what was your problem? Why couldn't you make yourself happy? Oh, you're just not a happy person? That was some narcissistic shit I just heard right there. That just shows you that shows you the selfishness of this individual. Because you're not getting anything, he shouldn't get anything. Is that how we live life out here? Just because I'm trying to do something, but because you're not getting nothing out of it, it's a problem behind that. That's supposed to be a fucking problem. But bitch, you better get your shit together. Everything you can't do together. Some things you got your thing, they got their thing. Why wouldn't you want that? You know, yeah, there are some things that we can do together and grow and do and shit like that, but everything, look, it's just crazy. I don't expect no one to come on my job and help me do what I need to do at my job. Hell, I could do my job. It's like I wouldn't go to someone else's job to help them with that's their job.
Will Smith should be one of the happiest men in the world for what he's accomplished. We should not be talking about Will Smith in terms of where you're feeling sorry for a $20 million picture dude. That shows.
This picture right here, I was so pissed off about that shit. Y'all at some big event, and this is what you're doing. Okay, there's a difference between acknowledging who you with, but then trying to put her up on a pedestal like this is it. This is who we all here to see. And they wasn't paying attention to this woman at this fucker. Forgot what this was.
That shows you what modern womanist feminist programming can do to a man far ahead of you and I. Learn from the people who made the mistakes. I made them. Put yourself first, put your purpose second, and put her a distant third. Make her earn everything. I've said it before, and it's hard to do in this country because we have been so programmed as men to try to make women happy. No, a woman isn't her happiest when she's anxious and trying to compete to keep your attention. Women are set to auto-destruct without a man. Because what do you have to do when your husband is a multimillionaire?
And it didn't help as it turned into a feedback loop, as that every action that she took made the situation worse for herself, and her control, her grasp, her talents into Will Smith was loosening in its control. Because of her every appearance, it made Will Smith look even weaker. an easy target to his audience and to everyone else that was willing to critique him, which all it did to do was further reinforce inside the mind of Will Smith, speculating, of course, that the new narrative he was telling himself, that he needed to be authentically, truly himself, break free from the control of one Jada Pinkett, where the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was no longer going to care nor share the name of Smith with one Jada Pinkett. These podcasts do not do enough to challenge the modern woman ethos, like the ones that's being promoted, proclaimed, pushed, continuing to go with the psychobabble of you go girl, be strong and independent, need no man mentality, where a woman's peace and happiness is paramount over creating, building, maintaining, nurturing a strong and healthy family. Many modern women are like Jada Pinkett, where they can loudly proclaim at the top of the mountain for all to hear that it is okay to say that they are not happy here and that they need to find their source of happiness in finding new relationships, discovering themselves, where it seems to be encouraged and okay to destroy the stability, the tranquility, and fulfillment of having a family and a fulfilling marriage.
Jada Pinkett Smith has been making some waves with some of the revelations in her new memoir, Worthy. Here to comment is Jada Pinkett Smith.
Sorry if I seem a little tired. I've been on the Today Show 14 times in 3 days. At our wedding, someone stood up and objected.
Who was it?
It was me, yeah.
I don't understand. Why not just get a divorce?
Oh, no. Divorce is not an option. No. If we got divorced, he could mess around and end up happy. and I can't have that. I just can't have that.
You know, I was talking to my mother this morning because she just read the book. And she said, I can't believe you didn't talk about how you woke up every day crying.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, you know, Ma, I think it was enough to tell people that I was looking for a cliff to drive off of. So it wasn't that people around me didn't know that I was really unhappy. Just like, you've got everything. What are you unhappy about? You've got everything. What are you unhappy about?
I learned a lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, wow, Eve, here we are at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die, and all our dreams come true the instant that we have them. And Eve said, yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
Well, that's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
So that was kind of his point.
That shit
Just my
crazy.
finances.
Oh, no.
Like the budgeting. You see how I
Hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. But anyway, we already talked about B. Simone with her crying ass because she broke. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to Will Smith if he's planning on doing what he's going to be doing. If that's what it is, that's what he's planning on doing. Shout out to him. Hopefully, she can find the happiness that she needs, because obviously, you know, it ain't working with them two like that. And it's been like that for quite some fucking time. But yeah. But now here we go with this Diddy shit. Now we getting to the meat of the matter now. Here we go. This punk motherfucker basically got off. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, like I said, anybody need counseling, you know, Dr. Johnson is more than willing. Hit him up. If you got info that you want to put in the chat, you can put that in the chat so people can, contact you. And yeah, if anyone needs counseling, he is more than willing to do that. He is a professional counselor, and he's been doing it for quite a while. You know, good brother. So definitely, if you need to get some sort of help, you know, hit him up, and he can direct you where you need to go. But now this whole Diddy bullshit, which I feel a certain kind of way about it, because the shit that he was getting charged for was way 39 years. Oh, that's a long time, man. That's a long time. The shit that he was getting tried for was way worse than R. Kelly. But see the difference between R. Kelly And this situation, y'all actually supporting this motherfucker for doing what he did. And everyone wanted to throw R. Kelly up under the bus instead of looking at the real root of why he might have done the things that he did. And he didn't do it on his own. He just didn't go and prey on these girls. They was basically thrown to him. And then on top of that, the fact that the man had internal issues that he never resolved because his sister, S.A.N. him and his brother, when they were kids, you don't think that's going to affect somebody when they get to be of age in some kind of capacity? Yeah, free kills. You know what I'm saying? I feel a certain way behind this shit, man. Because how the fuck y'all just gonna just throw R. Kelly up under the bus, but y'all want to praise this bitch ass motherfucker P. Diddy, Puffy, Brother Love, whatever the fuck he want to call himself. He keeps changing his name like a motherfucker changes his socks. Yeah. Yeah, if anything, the brother needed some help, man. And I'm not condoning what he did. I'm not sitting up here saying, oh, he shouldn't have went, served anything. But knowing that no one was there to even try to help figure out why this man is doing this. Yeah, Brother Love. He used to call himself Brother Love. Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puffy, the Diddler, whatever the fuck he wanted. Man, this motherfucker got 18 different thousand names and shit. Shit's crazy. Y'all give that man, y'all giving this man all the fucking grace. And he might be doing very minimum time. He got convicted for the little bullshit, but got fucking a smack on the hand. Hell, Kales got fucking charged for racketeering. But did he somehow slipped away from it? There's something deeper behind this shit with Diddy. Diddy got some powerful people. Yeah, and I know he was damn near a billionaire and shit like that. Money talk. But unfortunately, R. Kelly didn't have the support that he needed. He didn't have the backing that he needed. And trust me, with all the songs that R. Kelly has written, not only for himself, but for others over the course of the year, if he would have had the right kind of people backing him, he'll be a billionaire too. But a lot of people stole from him. A lot of people cheated him, swindled him. Hell, right now, the whole thing, they're trying to get rid of him because they want that catalog, man. You know how much that catalog is worth? You know how much that catalog is worth? That shit gonna go through the roof. The minute you hear, and Lord forbid if it happens, if Kales goes off to the other side, his shit gonna sell out like crazy. It's gonna be like, and then let's not to mention all the music that he still hasn't released. No. But I'm sure he has an idea when you can sit back and reflect on certain shit that you've done when you're like to yourself. I'm quite sure he deep down in his mind, he knows that he should have did things better. He knows that maybe he kind of indulged in certain situations when he shouldn't have, and had a little bit more temperaments and a little bit more control. I'm sure. But when you're in that kind of light, when you're known and adored and loved and heard all over the world, and all these concerts, all these women and people are idolizing you, you kind of get lost in the sauce. I mean, being on the spectrum, okay, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? But still in all, being on the spectrum is one thing. Being molested as a child is totally different. And what a person has to deal with coming up as a person after something like that could happen can be very detrimental to one's mental capacity and one's view of how they view life and relationships. I'm very triggered by that kind of situation. There are victims and there are victim makers in that scenario. And yes, exactly. And you don't think a person that had to endure that, I mean, it's different. Like, I won't even say it's different when it's like from a total stranger, that might do that. Or like say, Kale's, growing up in a single mother home and the boyfriend comes in there and the boyfriend is doing that to him and his brother, that kind of hits kind of different, that's still messed up, but you're looking at it from an outside perspective. This was his sister that did this fuck shit to him and his brother, his fucking blood, someone that, he respected and loved and felt that she was supposed to protect them because she was older than them. And she took advantage of that. She took advantage of that and took that boy's youth from him. I mean, if whatever else you want to bring into it, you can say that now too. That's not a problem, because I got a problem with that. And I got a problem with how everyone wanted to demonize this man as he's some kind of monster, not glazing over the fact that this man is a survivor of molestation. Not putting in your head, well, maybe he did some of these things because maybe he just has issues that he just did not, I'm not justifying it, but still in all, it's still a problem. Something has to start in order for you to be doing something. He just didn't wake up and just say, oh, I'm gonna just start messing around with young women. And it's not like he went on praying for them. Like I said, these girls were put on him mainly by their parents. So what kind of parent are you to sit there and to basically auction off your daughter? You hoard your daughter for money. And all y'all motherfuckers was silent. And then when the money dried up, now he did this. Now he did that. Oh, it was all fun and cool in the gang when them checks was rolling in. But when the well went dry and when the bitches didn't have the talent that y'all thought that she could have to get into the industry, now he did this. Now he's a monster. Now he's a SA or he's all that. Now, but this motherfucker Diddy just got away with bloody fucking murder in my eyes. It's fucking bullshit, man. But another content creator, hood educated, another good content creator. If you're not subscribed to this channel, he talks about a lot of different hood news and stuff like that. He had been following the trial as well. And this was a few hours ago when he had posted this about the whole Diddy thing. Hold on a second.
If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Who are just joining us, the jury has reached a partial verdict in the Sean Combs trial. Let's bring in NBC's Rahima Ellis from outside the courthouse in New York City. Rahima, it is my understanding you were in the overflow room as that note came in from the jury. What can you tell us about the mood inside the room?
It was a surreal moment to be even in the overflow room and watching what was happening inside the actual courtroom. The attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs were huddled around him. They were standing, he was seated. They put their hands on his shoulders. A couple of the attorneys, they clasped their arms around one another. His head was bowed. There was a lot of conversation. There was agitated conversation from one attorney and exaggerated. We didn't know at that moment what was going on, but apparently the attorneys knew that there was a partial verdict that had been suggested by the jury. And it was a moment that was almost breathtaking in that his mother was behind him prior to more information coming out, perhaps. She was leaning back with her arm over of the chair that she was on. And then a moment changed and she sat up more straight in her chair and looking. She had on sunglasses, so you couldn't see what was in her eyes. But you could get a sense that this was a mood that was uncomfortable for Sean Combs. It was a mood that was says they were uncomfortable for his attorneys. They don't know what it is unless they know something more than we know right now. But the word is that we would hear the verdict. If it's going to be determined that they will read the verdict, it would be read in the open courtroom. But it was a very uncomfortable, unsettling moment to watch this man who had risen to such extraordinary heights in his career, in his business, in the world, in terms of popularity, to see him so humbled, if you will, with other staff trying to comfort him. And again, not knowing why. We don't know what the verdict is. We only know that there is a partial verdict. And knowing that there's a partial verdict, Alicia, has created a tension and anxiety in that room that even though I wasn't in that.
Hold up. Hold on for a second. Was that the video that I was looking for? Let me go back. Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Jury came back quick. 99.9% of the times it was guilty verdicts. 99.9% of the times it was guilty verdicts. And we got to understand this jury has not even been deliberating for 24 hours. What, the first day they deliberated for like 5 hours? Yeah, this is an old one. Hold on for a second, y'all. I need to hold on for 1 second. I need to find something. In the meantime, in between time, let me regardless of all that, you know, he actually did get denied release today. They wasn't going to release him. My man Cooking with Frank actually talks about it. So we're gonna break that down right quick. So we're gonna go to this video first, and then I'll go back to some of the news as far as what happened with this whole Diddy trial. So hold on.
The defense, meanwhile, argued the women were willing participants in fulfilling Combs' sexual desires and that all the encounters we heard about in this trial were consensual. And there you see, after the verdict, Diddy's family celebrating on the streets in New York City, doing push-ups on the sidewalk while others danced. They said a few words exclusively to ABC News, and the attorney for Cassie Ventura also spoke out about this verdict.
Love everybody watching. So happy. Pop's coming home. God bless. God bless the whole world.
Yeah, God bless the whole world. Yeah, they was out there celebrating. Y'all seen them? Yeah, they was out there doing push-ups. Old girl was out there twerking. Yeah, they was getting it in. You know why they was acting like that? Because they thought since Diddy beat the most harsh charges that he was in the clear. Yeah, somebody then got in their ear and told them, yeah, everything good now, but guess who said no? The judge. Same judge that told him no when he tried to up $50 million to get out of jail. Yeah, it's the same judge. So, what does that tell y'all? It ain't looking good for Diddy. He told him, sit your punk ass down. All that fake ass praying to God that you doing in the courtroom, getting on your knees, all that extra shit. See, we know Diddy, he's used to performing. But we also know that he's not very good at it. As a matter of fact, a lot of people didn't even want his punk ass in the videos in the first place. But this is his chance to do his best acting job, and he failed. Because he couldn't follow the rules when they put his ass in the jail. He still want to bullshit, reach out, make threats, do all that stuff that he's used to doing and getting away with. Judge said, sit your punk ass down, Diddy. And I'll decide on your fate when I feel like it. And I don't know if y'all know, but that's torture right there. Yeah, waiting to see how he feel about you. And he done already told you no to your 50 million. Yeah, you already know he don't like Diddy. No, he don't like Diddy at all. They thought he was finna walk up out of there and do a concert. Diddy was about to be doing the Harlem Shake. He done probably got a haircut. They had his plane waiting on him. I heard they beefed up security, down there where all them Star Island? All these rumors going around. But guess what? Ain't no party tonight. Ain't no party no time soon. My guess is there won't be a party for at least another 10 years. And that's what he deserves. So all y'all fools coming in the comment section,
yeah, because what he is convicted of on both those charges, he could face up to 20 years because it's 10 years maximum for each charge, the Mann Act and the Prostitution Act. He can get up 10 years each. But being that he's a first-time offender, they might give him a deal or he might walk. We don't know yet. But we do know that he is convicted of some things. It just wasn't the bigger charges that the feds have put on him. So the feds gonna drop the ball on this one. But this is that Joe Biden, remnants of the Joe Biden administration and what he had in his realm, in his shit, before, now. What the new president's trying to clean up a lot of shit, internal and external. And this is a clear case of some bullshit. And money, like I said, money talks in this situation. He had enough money to fight this case. But he still has to sit down for a little bit until the judge decides his fate.
Oh, yeah, he coming home. Yeah, Diddy. Cheering for this punk. Yeah. He getting what he deserved. The judge told him, you ain't going nowhere today. Your arrogant ass. You got the nerve to turn around, tell your family, I'm coming home today? I heard he actually did that. And the judge did the right thing. Same shit I would have did. Sit your punk ass down, cancel all them parties. You ain't going nowhere. Finally, someone stands up to one of these rich assholes.
and makes them sit down because they broke the law, period. Now, he dodged all them RICO charges. We knew that was going to be hard. But the judge could have let him go today because he's a first-time offender. The judge could have let him go. Judge told him to sit your punk ass down. And he going to be in there for some months. Yeah, that's how the system works. Yeah, he ain't going back in there. Well, let me not say that. Let me not get ahead of myself because he very well could have another court date tomorrow. He does have a lot of money, and we've seen the court system bend to, people that have a lot of money. So let me pump my brakes. I'm not about to say shit like that. All I know is today the judge said, you got to, you ain't going nowhere. Sit your ass down. I'll get back with you. I like that. I like the sound of that because that lets me know the judge is thinking, how many years am I going to get this fucking criminal, this sick individual? Now, some of the stuff he did wasn't crimes. He found some other sick ass people who, were willing to do whatever he wanted for a little bit of change. We know how it goes. We know why Cassie was with him. Damn sure wasn't because she was attracted to him. She's a little trick, and she found her, a cake daddy or whatever you want to call him, big superstar billionaire, a god on earth, and she rolled with it. Her punk ass should get in trouble too. She should get in trouble too because I think she was implicit on bringing other people into the organization, just like that chick that, was bringing the women in for Epstein. I think that's the role Cassie played. And I think she's getting off scot-free. Now, what he did to her still wasn't right. He shouldn't have been beating on her and doing all this crazy shit. Now, that sick stuff that they was getting into together, that's on them. That ain't no crime. But you can't take people across state lines for the purpose of selling sex. You can't do it. It's illegal. Diddy, you broke the law. You made your bed, now you lay in it. That judge could give him 20 years, just like I said earlier. He could get 20 years because each one of those charges he got convicted of carries 10 max. The judge could slap both of them back together and make them serve them consecutively, and that means 20. And at 55,
Yeah. So, like I said, he ain't out the woods yet on that. But we're going to see what happens with that. Now, okay, I found a video with Hood Educated when he had put up there about the verdict for the day. That other one, that was from yesterday. So I do apologize for that. Like I said, I am struggle streaming. I got to get me. You know what I'm saying?
If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Closely here, Misty, because we are getting the verdict coming in right now. This is coming in real time, and we have count one here. This is the racketeering charge. We have the count here of not guilty on racketeering. This is coming in real time. We have count two also coming in here, not guilty. That is the sex trafficking of Cassie Ventura. Count three, we have guilty. Count three is guilty for the transportation of Cassie Ventura. That is guilty. Count four, this is the sex trafficking of Jane. That's a pseudonym, not guilty. Count five, we have guilty. That is 5 counts. We have a mixed verdict here. Again, count one, as it relates to racketeering, not guilty. Count two, as it relates to sex trafficking, not guilty. Count three, guilty. Count four, not guilty. Count five, guilty. Now, we should bring up here, Misty, all of these counts have a range of different sentences, a range of different evidentiary burdens, a range of different outcomes we could have had here. But it is a mixed verdict, if you will.
I told y'all that we was going to get our verdict today, but I didn't know it was going to be this early. I thought that they was going to do a lot more, investigative work. I thought they was going to do a lot more research, but it appears that this jury mind was already made up. And here it is, Sean P. Diddy Combs has been convicted of the Mann Act. He's been convicted of the Mann Act for Cassie and for Jane Doe, which means that he was transporting them for prostitution. The RICO Act, not guilty. Drug distribution, not guilty. Kidnapping, not guilty. All the most serious charges, not guilty. But that's just how it go in the criminal judicial system. Like sometimes when you're dealing with these juries, you never know who you have on the jury. And you never know how it's going to go. I mean, like a lot of people are probably disappointed because they wanted the more serious charges. But at the same time, you never know how these things are going to go. All we can do is give our portion of understanding and what we believe that could happen. Now, if they would have followed the law to the letter of the law, it probably would have been a lot more serious charges. But at the same time, you got 8 men and 4 women who want to go home.
Man, look, yeah, we can look at it like, oh yeah, he got over, but he's still, like I said, he's still ain't out the woods yet. But I know Mike Deal is pissed. I am looking for the next interview that Mike Deal gets on when he talks about the aftermath of this verdict, and I know he's gonna have a lot to say about it. So I'm gonna be have my ear to the ground on that one. But yeah, man, he got away with the bigger charges, but still got popped up with the Mann Act and prostitution because you basically dealing with some hoes. And this is the thing that men of high value got to understand. You have an ability to obtain a lot of things, whether it's for the good or whether it's for your own personal pleasures, so to speak. And you got to be real careful with the shit that you get yourself involved in. Hell, even as regular Douglas, we got to be aware of what we get involved in. And that right there is going to bring me to this point right now. There's been a number of times that my family has been harassed by people that want to put certain things upon me, per se. Am I a perfect man? No. Have I made some mistakes in my past? I sure have. But let me tell you bitches something. I have not, and I will ever, never give none of you online bitches any of my dollars. I don't give a fuck how many fake pages y'all make, how many fake numbers that y'all call upon, how many fake email addresses y'all want to produce to try to keep sending to my wife about bullshit that ain't true. I'm gonna say this one fucking last time. And it is one of 2 people, or it might be 2 of these people. And I'm sick of it. Go on about your motherfucking lives and do what the fuck y'all need to do. Because you a coward. You doing cowardly shit. You weak as fuck. You ain't got no fucking backbone. Because you sure as fuck wouldn't do this shit in my face, nor would you do it in our face. You a bunch of punk bitches. And if I ever find out who exactly it is, yeah, we're going to have some problems.
You dig it? Can you dig it? You dig it?
I'm sick of it. Grow the fuck up. Find something else to do. Find someone else to play with. Matter of fact, find a third rail to stand on. That's how the fuck I feel about this shit right now. I'm sick of this shit. It's annoying as fuck. I done had everything and anything that possibly could have been thrown in the fucking fire to try to make me look bad. Bitch, fuck you. Okay? Whomever you are. I'm not even gonna fucking sit up here and give you the fucking energy to call out fucking names because it's fucking irrelevant. Grow the fuck up, man. Who gives a fuck about what the fuck someone over here is doing in their life if you're not in it? Just like ain't no one worrying about your petty ass, fucking miserable punk ass life. Fuck your mama. That's what you do. But this bullshit that y'all keep trying to do, I'm sick of it. You ain't fucking adult enough to fucking come to a motherfucker's face and try to assume this shit. You a fucking coward. Your mama should have swallowed your bitches. I'm serious, man. This shit is fucking crazy. I'm fed up with it. Your mama should have swallowed you. I would say some other things, but hell, I'm not even monetized yet, but I still don't want to get my fucking page reported. But go fuck yourself. And then some.
On July 4th and kick it with their family and probably felt like, hey, man, you know, this man can do whatever he want to do in his sex life. What they didn't agree with is that he had these women having sex with other men and he was transporting them across state lines. Transportation of prostitution. They wasn't going for that right there. Now, the penalty in this demonstration right here is that he's looking at 10 years he can get up to. The maximum penalty for the
I'm sorry to get off this subject again. And if you got a problem with what the fuck I just said, because I'm quite sure there's some watchers, there's some onlookers, there's some motherfuckers in the bushes that you know, hiding in the clouds and shit, you know, with motherfucking thorns stuck up your fucking bitch asses. If you got a problem with the fuck I say, then just hit me directly. Stop hitting her. Stop being a coward because you know this shit don't affect me about what the fuck y'all say. That's probably why y'all don't say it. But why don't you come to me and say it anyway? Humor me. Humor me how big and bad you bitches are. All right, I'm done fucking ranting.
The Mann Act is 10 years. And then there's another. Well, you know what? Let me back that up because it depends on it reads. A violation of the Mann Act, which focuses on transporting individuals across state lines for illegal sexual activities such as prostitution, can lead to serious federal criminal charges. If the victim is an adult, a conviction for enticing or coercing them into illegal sexual activity can result in up to 20 years in federal prison and a fine up to $250,000. It goes on to say, it is also important to note that a conviction under the Mann Act related to transporting individuals for prostitution, regardless of whether coercion or fraud is used, can result in up to 10 years in prison and significant fines. So as it stands right now, I believe that the minimum that he can get is 10 years. And if the court...
And remember, the first time that this country came up with the Mann Act was way back in the early 1900s by because of a brother by the name of Jack Johnson, who was the first black heavyweight champion of this country in the modern era. And at that time, it was very highly racist society. And he liked to dabble with white women, and they didn't like that fact. But what was so fucked up about him, he got caught up on the Mann Act, and these were people, and this was women that he was married to, that they convicted him for the Mann Act. That's how hated Jack Johnson was. He couldn't even bring his fucking wife across state lines because they didn't like the fact that it was an interracial relationship. That's how fucked up that the society was at that time. So that was the first case of a Mann Act. This is a whole different thing. So, you know, it all stems from racism. So, but, you know, like I said, I'm just perplexed with this case because it seemed like he just got it, you know, a smack on the wrist, but he still got to, you know, get sentenced for what he is convicted on.
Court want to take it a step further. The maximum they can give him is 20 years. But the cold-blooded part about this whole thing is how the court gonna play it. Because they have a thing called consecutive sentencing and they have a thing called concurrent sentencing. Right now, in this situation with P. Diddy, there's two victims. And usually what a court would do is the court would say, okay, then since you did that to this victim, we're going to give you this amount of time for this victim. And we're going to give you this amount of time for that victim and stack them on each other, which would be called a consecutive sentence. And a concurrent or, you know, in dealing with a concurrent, that is when they will say, we're going to give you 10 for this victim. We're going to give you 10 for that victim. And we're going to run those sentences together. So you only end up doing 10 years. But with the consecutive sentence, they can say 10 for this one, 10 for this one, and you got to do 20 years or whatever the case may be in this situation. Now, before I proceed, allow me to say this right here. When this whole thing was going down, I had put it out there. I say, look, man, I'm taking all bets, right? And I got a lot of bets. It's a lot of money on the line right now. And what I want to say to the people that I had these wagers with, I don't want it. Keep the bread. All that I would ask you to do is this right here. Give the bread to somebody, you know, that probably need it. Go buy the homeless a couple of pieces or something like that. You know, go, you know, buy your nephew, your niece, or your daughter, your son. Go buy them some with the money that you know that you was gonna give me because you know you lost the bet. And the reason why I don't want the money is because it's almost like I'm taking advantage of people because I know how the system works. They stack these charges up on you. See, that's what people need to understand. When you become a criminal and you in the criminal judicial system, all that fair stuff, it goes out the window. They stack all these charges up on you so they know that we're going to get one. If we don't get them all, we're going to get one. It's stacked up against you. So for those of us or those that are still participating in that criminal lifestyle, this is the type of stuff that they can do to you. Now, a lot of people were saying that, man, this is unjust, man. They shouldn't be doing this to P. Diddy and all that. Yeah, I understand that. But when you do anything outside the bounds of the law, they can treat you like that. Ain't no innocent until proven guilty. No, you are guilty until you are proven innocent. A lot of you who probably ain't never been in the criminal judicial system don't understand this way of life, but I've been there, unfortunately, too many times. And I've been around it too many times. And that's what they do. They stack it up against you so they can get something. If they can't get all, we're going to get one. And with that one, you go into the penitentiary. So for everybody that I had, you know, the wages with and stuff like that, man, just please do that, you know, because there's some real money on the line. I'm talking about, and I believed in these guys because we sat and had conversations about this case and everything. And these brothers was like, man, no, he gonna walk, Hood, he gonna walk. And I'm like, bro, he going to the penitentiary. I don't care what charge it is, but he going to the joint. He ain't walking. And you know, we discuss things, and I'm talking about, man, it's some money on the line. Like I'm talking about, man, I can do something real nice with all the money I got out there, but I don't want to get no money like that. To me, that ain't good money. Like my mama used to say, and like some of the brothers used to say, all money ain't good money. And to me, that ain't no good money. And here's the reason why it ain't no good money. Regardless of how low down and dirty that Diddy is, I'm not like that. And I don't want to get no type of financial benefit or no type of gain because of his misery. I don't want it. And I know some of the brothers who are stand-up guys, they probably like, nah, Hood, man, I made a bet. I'm a man of my word and all that. Bruh, keep that bread, bruh. Go do something for the homeless, man. Go do something for somebody that really need it. And I mean, if you want to, video record and say, hey, man, this from Hood Educated, and I'll throw it on the show. Just to show people that, hey, man, this was a real deal going down. But y'all can keep that bread. I'm not tripping on it, you know. I mean, it's not like I don't need it. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, it's like I just don't. I don't want that type of bread, bro. Y'all can keep that. I put that out there because I was confident. Because of my trauma and the things that I done been through throughout my life, I was confident that he going to the joint, regardless of if it's for racketeering or kidnapping or whatever it was. I knew that, look, that brother going to the joint, it's just too much on him. They can't let him go. It just was too much evidence. They couldn't let him go. So I'm not getting on here. I'm not. I know a lot of people probably expected me to get on here and be like, I told y'all, yeah, he going to jail and all that. That's not my character, bro. And I'm talking about, man, this is a sad day because this brother right here just squandered his blessings, man. This brother right here just messed up his life. Now he looking at 10 to 20 years for, you know, transporting these women across state lines and making them have sex with people. So now, what is he gonna do as far as, because his attorneys right now, they can ask for a bail. He been found guilty, but I don't see the judge giving him a bail. I don't see that. But you know, who knows?
And like the video that I just played before this, when Cooking with Frank said, no, he's still sitting down in jail. They didn't get him bailed out. So he got to sit in jail until the day of sentencing, whenever that day is. I'm not sure when that day is, but I'm quite sure it'll be talked about in the near and dear future. But right now, they want to get this shit wrapped up before the holidays because this is a holiday weekend, and they didn't want this prolonging past the holiday. So they might have, you know, they probably rushed it more than what they probably wanted to. But hell, 6 weeks being a juror, listening to all this shit for 6 damn weeks, yeah, they was probably ready for it to end. You know, some people said it was going to take longer. Some predicted it might have lasted until after the holiday, but it didn't. And yeah, this is pretty much what that is. And yeah, that's pretty much what, you know, what's going on with that. So peace. So how's everybody doing? I'm sorry about the rant. I just had to put that out there. I'm sick of the bullshit that comes my way. You know, I'm human. I go through my issues and I have my shortcomings and things like that. But at the end of the day, you know, I'm still a person that is just trying to do something positive out here and try to give all y'all something positive that's, you know, other than the bullshit. Yeah, we can talk about it. We can laugh and joke and, you know, poke fun at some of the bullshit that goes on out here. But at the end of the day, we all got families. We all got responsibilities and things that we try to really, you know, get with. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you caught it late, catch it back on the replay. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the Black Bottom Roscast. If you do want to be a moderator, comment that in the comment section or email me directly at blackbottomroscast@gmail.com. If you want to give donations, the Cash App is up there. $, Black Bottom Roscast. Until the next time, I want you to live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. This is Roscast. Have a good one.